everybody, and welcome to Harding Stadium in Steubenville, Ohio for tonight's WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. It's playoff round number 2 in Ohio's Division 6. It's the Beallsville Blue Devils and the Columbiana Clippers. I'm Bill Phillips along with the coach, Ty Fleming. And Coach, a lot of fans here from 2 different towns. First time here at Harding Stadium. They look excited, and we're looking for a big ball game.
Oh, definitely so. Beallsville is going to have to come up with a good effort tonight offensively. They've thrown the ball well all year long, so Eichhorn got to come back tonight with a good ball game. Their tailback and their middle guard knows a big question mark, and the Meade hurt his leg this week in practice and pulled a muscle. He's going to try to go. Without him, they're really in a hole right off the bat.
What should we look for from Columbiana?
They're just going to be a good ground basic attack offense. They're going to go some play action passes and try to power whenever they can.
Sets up as a great matchup. It's the playoffs, and you always get great games in the postseason. We'll come back with the opening kickoff and the starting lineups.
Keep in mind that this is a historic situation right here. It could be the last game ever for Beallsville High School, fellas. Consolidation is a good possibility with Monroe Central.
It'll look like the Beallsville Blue Devils coach, maybe a little bit of an onside kick. I'm not sure. Maybe just went off the side of his foot, but it goes out of bounds, so Columbiana will take over. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. As the ball goes out of bounds, the flag is down. We'll take a look at the Columbiana starting lineup for the Clippers as they come out offensively. Winters, Hawkins, Lalama, Kuhlman, Essenwine, and Smith, your backs and receivers. Up front, Cafrio, Wagner, Sprouse, Corey, and Patura. We'll check the defensive lineup for the Beallsville Blue Devils after the first play from scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line, so they took it where it went out of bounds, Coach.
Yes, that's their option.
Okay, their option, take it there. They take the option, they get it at the 39-yard line, handoff, and on the carry, number 22 for the Clippers is Matt Romeo. We take a look at the Beallsville defense. Smith, Fox, Brick, Goddard, and Meade up front defensively. Caldwell, Wheeler, and Stuckey, your linebackers. Your defensive back, Street, Stewart, and Ihorn.
Interesting to see right early on, Bill, as we mentioned in our pregame, how Meade is moving down there with his leg, pulled a leg muscle there, kicking Thursday in practice. And I tell you, he's a big part of this team's defense.
Winters rolls right side, looks across, and it's picked off by Ihorn. He's knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line. They'll spot him down at the 49 of Beallsville, so just inside Beallsville territory, and our first turnover of the game.
Oh, that's a big plus right now for Beallsville. Davey Ihorn kept right there in front of that ball. He played the quarterback the whole way, and he had the underneath coverage in the flat area, and the quarterback tried to force the ball in there amongst 2 blue shirts and 1 white, and Davey was Johnny on the spot. So let's see if the Blue Devils come out as they did last week and put the ball up in the air real quick.
11:17 to go, first turnover of the game, and the Blue Devils have possession of the football.
You'll see Beallsville here in an unbalanced to the right side. Motion cross to now form trips, and that's one thing you'll see Beallsville in all night long, Bill. They're constantly an unbalanced team. They just flip-flop back and forth to the side.
Meade was in motion. We have a flag down. It's going to be offside against the Clippers. Let's take a quick look at the Beallsville Blue Devil offensive lineup. Start with the backs and receivers for Beallsville. Ihorn, Goddard, Meade, Wheeler, Brick, and Caldwell. Up front, Hudson, Kindleberger, Fox, Schaefer, and Smith, your offensive line.
No motion there on the first play before the play was called there against Beallsville. Now looking at 1st and 15 from their own 44.
Stuckey in a slot with Wheeler to the near side. Coming in motion is Caldwell, and he'll get the little lateral out to the side. He's across the 50-yard line down to the 42-yard line of Columbiana. So just a quick little swing pass, Coach, and it goes for big yard.
Yes, nice little, just really a flank the screen out there, Bill, with the 2 receivers out there to be his blockers for him. Right here we'll see Davey just coming up, taking a 2-step drop and throwing that ball right across the field. And the 2 lead blockers here did a very good job for Beallsville, giving him some room to run. Looked like he had a little out of the inside, but he took the outside for picking up their 13 yards, bringing up 2nd down and 3 now for Beallsville from Columbiana's 44-yard line. They'll have her unbalanced now the left-hand side.
Wheeler comes in motion on the near side, 2nd down and 3. Handoff, first man through on the carry. That's Eric Goddard. and he is close to a first down. I think he has it, and he does indeed. As he reaches the 40-yard line, we take a look at the Clipper defense, Coach. Chaplow, Landsberger, Smith, and Stamp, your defensive linemen, your linebackers. Hawkins, Ducats, Lalama, and Romeo, your defensive backs, Winters, Essenwine, and Coleman.
Great field position now for Beallsville if they just do capitalize on this, Bill. We're going to put Columbiana in a little bit of pressure situation that we see right off the bat there on their offensive first drive. They're not going to be a throwing ball club.
Stuckey in motion. And across the middle, and it's picked off. Nice play for the Clippers defensively coming up. Matt Romeo, as he makes a one-hand juggling grab, and it's another turnover. So back-to-back turnovers as the teams flip-flop.
Well, I tell you, that's an awful nice defensive play. He reached out there with one paw and brought that ball into him. Davey there throwing off his back foot, really didn't have a zip on it. And let's see what George saw from down on the sideline. George?
Well, everybody expected Columbiana to come out running. They got intercepted. Everybody expects Beallsville to come out passing. They got intercepted. Beallsville is going to have to prove they can run the football tonight against Columbiana. It's not going to be easy to pass against this team.
1st and 10 for the Clippers, and a handoff inside, and ball came loose. Beallsville wants a turnover. They won't get one. On the carry for the Clippers, number 3, John Chaplow.
Take a look here, and we'll watch big number 78 for Beallsville. Trent Schaefer really put a nice kiss on him there. And he was down to the ground there before the ball came out, Bill. His knees were down. He was just lunging forward, trying to pick up a couple extra yards. 2nd and 9 for Columbiana.
Essenwine split to the far side. I formation in the backfield. Chaplow straight ahead. He goes for a couple on the tackle. Looked like Davey Einhorn came up number 8 and met him right at the line of scrimmage. More of a catch at the line of scrimmage than anything else.
Doesn't have to be pretty, as long as he takes him down to the ground.
Take another look at it, Coach.
Take it right here. Just good power football there. What they're famous for, they're going to try to grind the ball down the football field. And after Coach got that first pass intercepted there, I don't think we're going to see many falls in the air out of this ball club tonight.
Essenwine to the far side, handoff, Chaplow. He's going to be short of the first down, and the Clippers will have to kick the ball away as it'll bring up 4th and 3 from inside their own 40-yard line. Interesting story about this Columbiana Clippers team, Coach. 5 or 6 years ago, the football program dead. It disappeared. It was there was a strike at the school, some levy problems, but the Booster Club able to bring it back along with the school. They reinstated it, and this team just 5 or 6 years ago didn't even exist. High kick, and a fair catch called for by Jeremy Wheeler. And he will down the ball at the 37-yard line. We're going to take a timeout. The Beallsville Blue Devils will have it 1st and 10 from their own 37 when we come back in the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. Beallsville and Columbiana, second round of the playoffs. Ohio Division 6, Beallsville on first down. Another little swing pass. This time it goes out to Jeremy Wheeler, and he's out across the 40-yard line down to about the 41. A gain of about 4.5, 5 yards on first down, and that's a win every time, Coach.
Oh, yeah, especially with the coverage they're getting. They're getting soft corner coverage out here. They're playing 6 yards off of them twin people out there, and believe me, Coach Caldwell keeps on that thing all night long as long as they give him that soft coverage out there.
Wheeler and Caldwell in a slot to the near side. Stuckey far side. Play action pass. Einhorn looks for his tight end, and he has a man. He has a first down on the reception, number 32, and that's a brick. As Jason Abrick hauls it in, and he has the first down out at midfield.
We're going to talk more about their unbalanced look in there and how Beallsville very, very seldom ever uses their tight end for anything besides blocking. And we've seen now in the first 2 series, 2 passes go to him. First and 10 for Beallsville from right on the midfield strike, Bill.
Einhorn deep drop. Looks downfield, looks for a brick, and it's incomplete, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Good coverage there by Columbiana. All 3 of their receivers on that flood pattern there in the zone coverage by Columbiana. Had them all picked up real well, and Einhorn here through the deepest of the receivers, and luckily the Columbiana boy slipped down also as he was ready to make the break on the ball. We saw the Beallsville boy go to the ground. The Columbiana boy slipped quicker. 2nd and 10 from midfield for Beallsville.
7:14 to go, first quarter play. Ihorn back to pass again. Looks to the outside, and he has Wheeler there. He's close to the 42-yard line, spun out of bounds at about the 43, and it'll bring up third down and about 4 for the Beallsville Blue Devils.
Unusual. Take a look at this catch here. Nice ball. You saw the strong arm here of Davey. He put that ball right on the rope out there. He noticed he stepped and delivered forward. But as I was saying, he caught that ball, probably Bill, another 2 yards forward, and they put the ball back where they got thrown out of bounds at.
3rd and 4 for the Beallsville Blue Devils. And they look to the tight end again. A brick hauls it in. He has a first down to the 30-yard line. Pushed back to about the 33. They'll spot it inside the 31. It's 1st and 10 for the Beallsville Blue Devils.
One thing Coach Caldwell loves to do is just lull you to sleep over there with that tight end and just pop that quick pass point. George, what do you got down there for us?
Well, fellas, generally speaking, Ihorn will look for either Caldwell or Wheeler, but Beallsville will take whatever Columbiana will give them. Right now, that's the tight end, Jason Abrig, who's been a big factor in this drive.
Ihorn back to pass, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Rolls near side. He's going to tuck it away and run with it. He'll go down at about the 21-yard line after he takes a blow. Coming up and giving him the shot as he picks up the first down with John Hawkins, the middle linebacker for Columbiana.
Real good protection there by the Beallsville offensive line. The right side of the line here just caved Columbiana in completely, and Davey had the outside containment broke, and he made a real wise decision there. Take that ball and just cut it upfield for the first down.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Handoff. They'll keep it on the ground. On the carry down to about the 15-yard line. That's Eric Goddard, number 23.
You notice that a lot of the Beallsville backs and receivers, Bill, are not big kids. They're awful quick and got good feet there. You see the onside guard blocking. Coach Caldwell loves it to the strong side there. He'll take his 2 big tackles and block them down inside and pull that onside guard, kick out that end, and run that fullback up in there.
2nd down and 6. Handoff. Again. Goddard again, and he'll spin down to about the 13-yard line. And he'll be short of the first down by about 3 yards. So 3rd and 3 for the Beallsville Blue Devils at the 13-yard line.
The tackle there for Beallsville was just 1 step away from getting that block on that linebacker. If he did, then get a lot of room to cut back to the inside. He would start looking at the end zone on that play there.
Stuckey split to the far side. Wheeler and Caldwell to the near side in a slot. Goddard, you lone back in the backfield for Ihorn. He keeps straight up the middle. Ihorn's going to get it in. Touchdown. Touchdown, Beallsville. Davey Ihorn, coach the Chiefs, has a big hole up the middle. 13 yards later, it's 6-0. The Blue Devils are on top.
We'll take a look at it here. Beallsville really has this Columbiana defense a little confused right now. They got people spread out all over the football field to take away their passing game. And Davey had that nice quarterback sneak go. I imagine that was just automatic on his part. But the ball carriers we saw before going up and through there, Goddard had a lot of room. And Columbiana's going to have to do some adjustments on their defensive side over there. We're going to get a lot of points here on the blue board.
Kick up, and it is good as Ihorn adds the extra point. 7-0. Beallsville on top with 5:13 to go, first quarter. The Beallsville Blue Devils have struck first. They lead it by a score of 7-0.
No, Ryan Caldwell pays for this 1 point right here.
Oh, that's
not real bad, but still a little kiss in there. And that extra point there by Ihorn, I believe, might have been his first extra point kick of the year, as you were mentioning that Meade hurt his leg kicking. So, well, there's a look at him right there, the touchdown runner and the extra point kicker. Good job, Davey. Back out there and pick off another pass for us, and we're ready to go again.
George, what did you see from field level?
Well, I talked to Davey Ihorn, as Ty just mentioned. That is the first time he has even attempted an extra point all year. So the kicking game a problem with Rick Meade suffering from the hamstring problem. In fact, Meade hurt the hamstring in kicking drills on Thursday.
Another short kickoff, and it will come down at about the 42-yard line. So right now, Columbiana getting great field position. We have another flag down, and we'll have to wait and see what that's all about. But the kicking situation for the Beallsville Blue Devils. Not a good one, and maybe that's the reason for the short kicks, because Mead's not in there.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Mead is the boy that does all their kicking for him all year long, and with him out of there, they're not going to take chances on really giving a long line drive right there. The call looks like Meadville's going to be offsides against Columbiana on that play there. Those 5 front offensive linemen up there got to be in a 5-yard range, and they cannot cross the line until that ball was kicked, so one of them guys might get their drop a little quicker than was allowed, and there's going to be now a 5-yard mark off. Yes, procedure penalty against them. And Beallsville will kick again now from the 45-yard line.
Back deep for the Columbiana Clippers. Pat Coolman and Essenwine. They stand at about the 15-yard line. I don't think they're going to see football all night long. They might as well bring them up, put them on the 40-yard line right now, and see if they can get it. Now Davey Ihorn going into the ballgame, so that was the problem. But do you want your starting quarterback out there kicking off?
Yes.
Okay. Best athletes down on the field.
That's right. When you're the size of Beallsville, your best 11 kids are out there all night long. That's why you see Davey out there playing defense. You just don't have the luxury of the bigger schools to keep people out of the ball game.
This kick, a longer one down the center of the field, taken by Essenwine. He's out across the 32-yard line is where he is taken down. So Essenwine, a good return for the Clippers, and they will take over 1st and 10 from their 32, number 40 on the coverage. Eric Milhone on the coverage for the Blue Devils.
Big penalty because they sure lost about 20 yards on that 5-yard mark off their Bill from the field position they had earlier. Now backed up to the 33-yard line.
Clipper first down, 1st and 10. Winters under center. And he goes straight ahead with big number 46, John Hawkins, but he doesn't go for much as he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Beallsville in their famous 7-diamond defense. Some of the old-timers around the valley may remember this defense being popular years ago. Not many teams really use it, but Beallsville loves to use this defense. And believe me, Bill, if you don't spend a lot of practice time, your offensive line is going to be out there scratching their heads all night long. Watch, they'll put a stack right there on the nose, the linebacker directly behind him, and they'll go...
Winters with the option down the line, has some running room, gets to the corner, across the 40, 45, 50-yard line, still in bounds. He finally knocked out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, and they will spot him down at the 42-yard line of Beallsville, and I guess the Diamond defense, as Jeremy Wheeler saves him from going all the way down the field. I guess the Diamond defense wasn't ready for the option on that one.
No, it wasn't. That's one thing about the Diamond. If you can get the people blocked in the gaps and get to the outside, there's nobody out there because you got 8 men inside the box there, and they had one guy's foot out here, so now you only had 2 guys left to try to do anything with it, and that's it's a gambling defense, but it can cause problems for them. But if you notice on that down that time, the linebacker in the middle did not go. We saw him giving a pat now to Meade, so we'll probably see the dealing game going here.
1st and 10, handoff goes to Hawkins. He's straight ahead across the 40 down to about the 39-yard line. Second down and 8 for the Columbiana Clippers.
You notice there, Bill, the middle linebacker there on that stunt game there on that nose was right there, but the center took the down guy and left him wide open. He'll patch the Meade on the butt saying which way to go in there, and he'll go the other gap.
Slot formation for the Clippers to the far side. They were on the option near side. Bad pitch. Big hop comes right up into the hands of number 22, Matt Romeo, and he manages to field it cleanly and move ahead across the 35-yard line, and he'll be short of 1st down by about 3 or 4 yards.
You saw the importance. We'll take a look at it here. If you can see right there, Meade coming through there really causing problems, and Columbiana got a lucky bounce, and that pitcher went right to him. Lucky enough, Romeo to pick up some yardage on that, bringing up 3rd and 4 now from Beallsville's 35-yard line.
Romeo, the tailback in the I formation. Essenwine, it pops up into the hands of Hawkins. He'll dive ahead and be close to 1st down yardage. But that one, I don't think a designed handoff, Coach. It looks like it popped right out of the hands of Winters, and Hawkins just happened to grab it out of midair.
Onto it. And when things are going your way, like you did on that pitch that rolled back to him there, things are going your way, you got to stay with it.
We have an official timeout for a measurement while we take a look at the instant replay.
It looked like it was going to be an option to the outside here, where the end was coming out here, releasing for an outside block on the number 1 man from the sideline.
We take a look at the chain gang as they bring it out and stretch the chain. It's going to be just short, about, can't be more than 3 or 4 inches, Coach. So 4 down territory, I would imagine.
Oh, yes, definitely for them with what they consider to be their strong suit, and that's the power football action we're going to see out of them all night long. And there's Coach starting to play in from the sideline. I believe that's Coach Spade over there. Sending hat on backwards.
Sending a big extra lineman, Todd Corey, number 76. He comes back into the ball game, and also in there, Stephen Smith, a big tight end, and they load up that offensive line. They split 1 man wide to the far side. That's Knight, but it's straight ahead for Winters. I think he had enough, but we're going to have a penalty, and it's going to go against the Clippers.
Yes, the tight end on the left side for Columbiana was looking back toward the quarterback to see whether it was going to be an audible or something, and as he going to go down into the stands, the ball was snapped. It was the very bottom left here of the screen. He hadn't even got his hand to the ground yet as the ball was snapped. He had to be set for a full second for that ball snapped, so that was an obvious call here by the wingman. Now changing the play call for Columbiana. Don't be surprised, Bill, we see their option game again. I don't think we're, like I was saying, we saw their passing game earlier. That might have been it for the night.
Essenwine and Kuhlman check into the ball game for the Clippers.
To see if the first down was made. If not, Beallsville could decline and take the ball over, but I believe he did have enough.
And he got the first down, so they will accept the penalty, push him back, and it'll bring up 4th and about 5 for the Clippers of Columbiana. 2:39 to go, first quarter play. 7-0 Beallsville on a 13-yard touchdown run by Davey Ihorn. He added the extra point on George Kellis down on the sideline. Bill Phillips along with Ty Fleming. George, we'll get down to you after this play where Winters comes up. 4th down and 6 officially on the scoreboard. And Winters back to pass. Looking downfield, he's going to step up. He feels more comfortable running, but he's not going to get the first down. Essenwine was calling for it, but it won't even be close to the first down, Coach. It's going to be going over to Beallsville on downs.
Sure is. You can see there, Bill, that this Columbiana ball club, they come out there with trips and a single back in the backfield, but they're just not a real comfortable passing ball club because their guys really running their patterns out there really did not complement each other. They more or less just try to congregate in one area to let him try to throw the ball in that area, but Beallsville had it well covered, so we take over in good field position here on the 33-yard line.
1st and 10 going the other way. Wheeler goes in motion. Ihorn under center. Hand off to Goddard. He bounces off a tackler, stretches across the 35-yard line. He picks up about 2 on first down. And George, the Beallsville Blue Devils, they bend but they don't break on that last drive.
Well, the thing that you got to watch when Beallsville is playing defense is number 34, and we've talked about him. It's Rick Meade. He is playing literally on one leg, but he is so good and so quick that he disrupts everything in the middle of the opposing offense. Keep an eye on him the next time Beallsville is on defense.
Thank you very much, George. Wheeler in motion, 2nd down and 8 for the Beallsville Blue Devils. Ihorn back to pass, rolls near side, he lets it fly, looking for Caldwell downfield, and it's incomplete. Good coverage, 2 men downfield covering Caldwell. Nice pass by Ihorn. We have a flag back at the point where Ihorn threw the ball, and I think he may have been past the line of scrimmage, but if we have a replay of Ihorn throwing it, I don't know if he was. If the line of scrimmage is across the 35, I think he let it go before the 35-yard line.
I thought so, too. I was surprised of the flag coming out. The flag came out here by the referee. Let's see where he releases his ball from. One thing, Bill, on this rule, I believe the rule is it's the foot, not the ball or anything else. Oh, no. He's a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
That's not a good call on the replay. We can definitely see that the end of the play, good coverage, knocked away. But at the beginning of the play, Ihorn was not across the line of scrimmage.
No.
But as we all know, officials get one crack at it down on the field, but it was not across the line of scrimmage.
And, you know, the thing that, too, Bill, that call is made by the referee. That's not his call. That's the sideline judge's call is responsible for the line of scrimmage.
So he's calling it from behind the play. Makes it even more difficult. 1:18 to go. Beallsville stuck in a hole a little bit. And down the middle is a break, and he can't hold on to it. It falls incomplete. And it will fall incomplete and bring up 4th down and 13.
Ball slightly thrown behind Jason Abrick there. Take a look at it here as Davey Ihorn rolling out. And that tight end again came back across through the middle.
Ihorn in punt formation. Coleman.
Wasn't that far behind him, Bill. I thought it was farther behind. That ball hit him right in the square in the hands. Bad place to hit him, evidently.
4th and 13, 1:12 to go. The Clippers trying to get in good field position. Essenwine back to receive the punt. Good spiraling kick drives Essenwine back to about the 38-yard line. He drops the football, but Hawkins there to pick it up, still on his feet, and across the 45-yard line. The Clippers will take over 1st and 10, but a dangerous play when Essenwine can't hang on to it.
Yes, I'm not quite sure who that was going downfield. The carriage here, maybe we can pick up the number for Beallsville going down there. I don't know if that was Schaefer or not, but he didn't see the ball come out, so it was too
Caldwell.
late. That's here, yes, it was Caldwell, number 22. Ryan Caldwell had his eye set on the return man and didn't see the ball come loose, or we'd had a fumble cover right there. That's field position.
Essenwine to the near side, to the far side, or Essenwine to the near side, and Coolman. And Winters is going to keep on the option, and he is dragged down from behind by Ihorn after a gain of about 4.
Yes, lucky there for Columbiana.
I had Coolman and Essenwine confused on the punt return. It was Coolman back deep, and he's going to go off here.
Right there, we saw Goddard just couldn't quite bring the quarterback down on the option play there, and Davey Ihorn pulls him down after a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 now from Columbiana from Beallsville's 48-yard line.
Brian Knight split to the near side. Pat Coolman to the far side for the Clippers. Handoff goes to the up back. That's Chapman, and he is across the 40-yard line down to about the Blue Devils 39 for 1st down. And the Clippers starting to put some stuff together offensively.
Yes, one thing that Beallsville doesn't want is Davey Ihorn to be their leading tackler tonight back at that safety spot. Those defensive linemen and linebackers got to start making some stops up there, or Ihorn's going to be awful sore in this second half.
Chaplow with a good carry for 1st down as we are running out of time on the 1st quarter of play, and indeed the 1st quarter is over. After 1 quarter of play, the Beallsville Blue Devils on top on a 13-yard TD run, an extra point by Davey Ihorn. They lead it 7-0. We'll take a timeout and come back with more right after this.
Bill going into the 2nd quarter from 7-0 lead over Columbiana, but Columbiana is threatening as they're driving down to Beallsville's 39-yard line. We start the 2nd quarter here. George, what you got down on the sideline for us? Excuse me, George down there is carrying on the conversation. So, George, we'll come back to you later. I'm sorry, bud.
All right, we are back. And, George, what's going on?
Well, that's a good question. Well, right at the moment, we're waiting to get the 2nd period underway, and I can tell you that Beallsville is going to have to focus on stopping a pretty solid running game. Last week, this Columbiana outfit beat a real good undefeated Danville club, which handled Caddis the previous week relatively easily. So once they get their running game cranked up, they are very difficult to stop, and that is something that teams in recent weeks have had a great deal of difficulty in doing against the Clippers.
We take a look at Chaplow on the carry straight ahead for a couple. He coughs up the football. It's still loose, and I think Davey Ihorn has it at the bottom of the pile, but they will wave it dead, and it looks like the Clippers will keep control.
Bill, did you get that penalty on Coach Marino just come into the booth there and choked me? Was that 15 yards for illegal use of hands? He put them hands around my neck and was choking me there?
They called it a fumble, so Davey Ihorn will get the ball back. He's down at the other end of the field.
Well, let's take a look at it here.
Take a look at it.
See when the ball right there, a hand does come in, and the ball. Oh, Ihorn takes it away from him. Right off of him.
Pops loose, comes right down to Ihorn. He holds on to it, so Chaplow coughs it up, and the Blue Devils have another opportunity with the football.
That's what Beallsville needed right there to put a stop on the Columbiana drive. Now let's see if we can get something going offensively again. And we got their defense now in a 4 look with their outside linebackers really spread out. This is a good running formation here for Beallsville.
Ihorn back to pass, looks to the outside, and he does for Caldwell. He hauls it in after a gain of about 6, pushed back. We'll see where they spot it, but on first down, a nice gain. It really sets up their offense for second down.
It does, and believe me, the folks tonight are going to see some good receivers out there. Got a chance to see Beallsville earlier in the year in the second ball game, and they got some offensive receivers, Caldwell being one of them here, that just love go after the football. You're going to see some fade patterns up the sideline, which David just drops on a 2-step drop and lobs up the sideline. And these receivers just outfight the defensive back for the ball.
Slot to the near side for Ihorn and the Blue Devils. 10:50 to go. Handoff goes to Goddard. Flag on the play. He's into the secondary. Has a first down across the 50 down to about the 47. But it probably will come back. Area of motion, indeed it is, against the Blue Devils. So they shoot themselves in the foot. And they will march it back, will the officials?
Yes, they're going to call it on the fullback. They're moving too quick, Eric Goddard. Official was kind of late throwing the flag out there, but it did come out of his pocket, and he did move early on that play there.
So we have second down and long now. Second down and 8 for the Blue Devils.
But again, Bill, notice there the opening in the middle. With everybody got that defense spread out there. You know, that's going to be a nice play all night long for them. Long can get those blocking in there. But now they got the linebackers in tight. They got the 3 linebackers now. So they got 7 people in the box.
Wheeler comes in motion. Near side, joint Caldwell. Ihorn rolls that way, looking for Wheeler. Open at the 50, has it. He has the first down. He steps out of bounds at about the 49 of Columbiana. Well-designed play, George. Then Wheeler comes open. Ihorn finds it.
Well, last week, Beallsville burned Portsmouth East in the first half, particularly with the deep pass. What's happening here tonight is this Columbiana defense is giving Beallsville everything underneath, and right now the Blue Devils are just taking advantage of that. They'll go 6-8 yards at a time. They are content to do that. They don't have to get 50-yard bombs to win this football game.
George making instant replay. Ihorn passing again. This time he escapes. I thought he was going to be sacked. Still on his feet. Has some blockers. Little shake and bake, and he won't do it. But he's out to the 50-yard line. Loss of 1, but it could have been a lot worse. All the way back to the 40. And that would be our first sack of the night. So that would be a sack for a sack. And you know what that means, Coach? It means $50 from the Kroger Food and Drug Company. We'll go to the Salvation Army in terms of groceries. So the first sack recorded of the evening is no matter how many. There could be 55 sacks tonight. Kroger will keep coughing up the cash.
Say what, Davey and Beallsville's lucky here, right here. Just watch his athletic ability right there, just pulling away from the tackler from Columbiana. And now he had a lot of room in his sideline. There was just one white shirt between him and the end zone. And right there, the defensive man made a real nice play as Beallsville completes the pass there.
Ryan Caldwell
down.
Hauls it in, Coach, on second and long for first down out to about the 37-yard line of Columbiana.
Don't worry, folks.
We have the replay.
We're going to see that play.
Take a look at it again here on the replay as Wallace comes in to give Dave Ihorn the play. We take a look at it. Just a little out pass, and they're having some success with this, Coach.
Yes, they are. You know, that's the indication, the strong arm of Davey on that roll right there. He's not getting his shoulders upfield and still has enough zip to get that ball 13 yards downfield. As Coach Caldwell is calling a timeout with 9:40 to go in the second quarter to talk to his troops out there.
We'll take a timeout. Beallsville still on top, 7-0, 9:40 to go. First half from Harding Stadium. We'll be back with more after this. Beallsville and Columbiana 7-0, and as you heard Coach, I think you heard Coach say they love to throw it. They do indeed. The Beallsville Blue Devils, they've put it up, and they've been very successful each time they've put it up.
Yes, they have, and you know, it's an unusual formation out there, and that it caused the Columbiana defensive staff to work all week long against it because you don't really face an unbalanced line like theirs all the time.
George, it looks like down on the field right now, the Clippers giving a lot of cushion because of last week's game for the Blue Devils where they went long so much. George?
Yeah, fellas, Beallsville has put Columbiana in kind of an awkward position. If you look at Columbiana's scores this year, they have had things much their own way. In the last 4 or 5 weeks, they have scored 33, 26, 47, 29, and 36 points in those consecutive games, and they have a 0 right now in the second quarter. You start to get awfully frustrated when somebody possesses the football and holds you with nothing.
Handoff to Goddard. Almost dropped the football. He'll get across the original line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up a yard, Coach. Will bring up 2nd down and 9, but an ugly handoff at best for the Blue Devils on that one.
We'll take the 1-yard gain right there and be glad we have the football, because that was, as you said, awful lucky, because Davey didn't quite get in there to get the ball to Eric, and that ball was being fumbled around, and Eric just glad to hold on to it for a 1-yard gain.
2nd down and 9, 9:13 to go. First half of play. Beallsville on top, 7-0. Caldwell on the near side. Wheeler comes in motion from the far side for the Blue Devils. Play action pass, backside pressure. Ihorn doesn't see him, and it's incomplete. They say his arm was in motion coming across. Big number 90 for Columbiana, Stephen Smith, and he just lit up Davey Ihorn at the 45-yard line.
Good defensive call there by Columbiana. There's not enough people there in that back 5 with just a backside guard and tight end back there. They loaded up their defense on that side by putting a man on each of those people, and then brought the outside linebacker free, and Davey's going to have to start sprinting more to the sideline. Right here, you can see it right there. It's a very short distance to come to from over there, and Davey just lucky that his arm was going forward for an incomplete pass, bringing up 3rd and 9 for Beallsville.
Maybe an opportunity to separate a shoulder on a hit like that. Caldwell split to the near side. Wheeler far side. I backfield for the Blue Devils. Ihorn back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, looks across the middle, and it is incomplete. Intended receiver is Wheeler on the coverage. Number 42, Ducats, and it falls incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th down, but I would imagine Blue Devils are going to go for it.
Well, it depends on Coach Caldwell's what he wants to do. If he wants to pin him deep in the hole, he could pin him deep in the hole. But knowing Dave and coaching against him a lot of years, he's a gambler. So look for that ball to be in the air right now.
Ball on the 35. Even if they pin him back inside the 10, still really only exchanging about 25 yards.
Yes, but you'll notice the pressure now being applied to Beallsville. What they're doing there, the pressure is coming from the short side of their unbalanced there. There are just not enough people back there to pick them all up.
Smith comes again, but it's complete this time to Goddard. It'll be short of the 1st down. Ball spotted at the 31-yard line. Columbiana will take over. That backside pressure there again, Coach. But the Blue Devils able to pick up a few yards, and downfield, head coach Caldwell is really letting one of his players have it. I don't think he ran this right pattern.
No, he's a little upset with him right now, and the kids at this point in the season should know where to go and what to do in this passing game, much as they've thrown it all year long and all week in practice. But those things happen at times. That's why they're 16, 17-year-old kids.
Winters looks downfield, and it's incomplete. Intended receiver was number 30. That's Brian Knight. Also flanked to that side was Pat Coolman, number 7. But it falls incomplete, and they'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Blue Devils from their own 30, or for the Clippers from their own 31-yard line.
That's the good decision there by Columbiana to throw that football there. I'm speaking as a good decision as a Beallsville fan, because they had a tight end running down the center of the football field. We have no one near him.
We have a timeout down on the field. And with 8:41 to go, we'll head down to George with a 7-0 lead with Blue Devils. George?
Well, fellas, Dave Caldwell is a very difficult guy to play for if you're a player. I mean, it is a very difficult program. If you get through his program, you are one tough cookie after 4 years. That's why they only have 25 guys on their roster. I asked him last year, how come you guys win all the time, but every time I come over here to see you, you've only got 25 guys? He said, this is a tough place to play. I'm tough. They're going to be tough. That's why we have more people out for golf than we do for football. That's what he told me.
You're right, George. He told you the truth. Dave is a tough cookie. He treats his kids that way, but he treats them all the same. So, kids are smart. If everyone's being treated the same way, they'll accept it.
8:41, 7-0 right now. Beallsville on top, and timeout completed as the Clippers come back on the field. They will split Essenwine to the far side, Coolman to the near side, with Hawkins in the backfield, the lone back. Winters back to pass, looks downfield, step up, quarterback draw. He has some running room, steps over a tackler across the 45-yard line and down to the 46 before Dave Ihorn, number 8, can make the tackle.
There was Mike Winters, is a nice-looking athlete out there, Bill. 6 foot, 185-pound senior, and we've seen twice now once he gets in the open area, he got some nice speed to get out through there. See the Beallsville defenders trying to get through there in their 7-diamond blitz, but he just had enough of an alleyway to make it up through there, and luckily for them, the defense is that Davey Ihorn again.
Coleman. Yes, indeed it was. Coach Coleman to the far side. Romeo. And a wing formation with Hawkins in the backfield. Handoff to Hawkins. Stays on his feet, breaks some tackles, and dives across the 50. Pickup of about 7 on first down. Will bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Clippers. And all of a sudden, they seem to be clicking a little bit.
Sure, that's a big man back there, Bill.
6 foot, 215 pounds. John Hawkins straight ahead.
Right there, runs right over top of 1 man. Number 2 misses him, and 3 takes him down low for the tackle there, bringing up 2nd and 2 now from the 47-yard line for Columbiana.
Same formation for the Clippers on 2nd down and 3. Hawkins handoff. He calls up the ball, and did he get it back? They will call 3rd down immediately, so the Clippers recover, and Hawkins just couldn't hold on to it. And the Blue Devils were right there, but they couldn't grab a hold of the football, so Hawkins recovers, and we'll have 3rd and about 3.
Hawkins recovers the loose football.
I don't know if he grabbed the football last night in the Big Red game. You saw Nate Johnson come through one time, and he grabbed for the football rather than letting the quarterback put it in. Maybe that's what happened with Hawkins on that one. Didn't really have a good angle at it, but the Clippers recover, and they have 3rd and 3. Play action pass, and they look for Smith. And it falls incomplete. Steve Smith can't turn around and make the catch. It brings up 4th down. And now here's a decision, Coach. Ball spotted inside the Beallsville 50-yard line. Do you go for it on 4th down if you're the Clippers?
Yes, I believe they will. I think he has enough confidence in this ground game over there that he feels he can pick up those 2 yards, and maybe they call it 2.5 yards on this 4th down call here against his Beallsville defense. Again, he's been successful. He's run the option game, so let's look for that option to the wide side of the field.
Romeo in tailback position. Winters and Romeo, and they have a man wide open. That's Essen wide. He catches. He's gone. Touchdown, Columbiana. Great play, great design, and great execution.
Yes, nice play call there. That dive option pass over there, and the quarterback's coming down the line of scrimmage, and his job is to read the outside corner man, to have corner man's coming up, take the pitch, and the receiver should be going down that sideline wide open, and that time he was. And what this play could be designed now also for a running play. Is the cornerback had stayed back on the receiver, then they're going to go ahead and run the option to that side over there.
Now, is the receiver responsible as he comes upfield to just kind of trot up there as if it's a run and then go around and kind of try to sell it as a run?
Yeah, you know, he should be going right at the defensive back. It is normal.
Extra point is blocked. Winner's extra point is blocked. A big play for the Blue Devils as they maintain the lead, 7-6. Micah Fox comes through and makes the stop for the Beallsville Blue Devils on the blocked extra point, but the Clippers are on the board, and they are within 1 as we take a timeout with 6:49 to go in the first half.
On teamwork and dedication, Columbiana Buick Olds Cadillac is proud to salute the Tri-County champions, the Columbiana Clippers. We take pride in being part of this community and join them in their support of the Clippers in their quest for a state championship. Columbiana Buick Olds Cadillac, Ohio's largest Buick Olds Cadillac dealership, is located in Columbiana, the biggest little town in Ohio. In stock in time for Christmas, 18-inch RCA satellite dishes, digital reception, CD quality sound, and up to 150 channels. Bring your Christmas gift list to Blattler's today.
Ask about our guaranteed price pre-need funeral planning at Harper Funeral Home. We're still the same old friend committed to helping you through tough times. Congratulations to the Blue Devils from Bob and Robin.
At Hometown Restaurants, enjoy real home cooking and daily specials 7 days a week. Make reservations now for banquets and parties. Gift certificates available too, with 2 locations to serve you.
And welcome back to the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. Beallsville and Columbiana, 7-6. The Blue Devils on top of the Clippers. The Clippers have just scored. Great play on 4th and 3 from inside the Beallsville 50-yard line. 47-yard touchdown pass coming from Mike Winters to Chris Essenwine as they sell the option and then go downfield, Coach.
Yes, it really puts that corner out there in a bind because he knows, as we were saying before the play was snapped there, that was probably going to be the play that was going to run him off into the wide side of the field, and he was coming up to his forced position. But that receiver just ran right on by him, and the quarterback made a nice read out there and lofted the ball nice and softly to him and run underneath it for 6 points.
Chad Ducats to kick off for Columbiana. Ball spotted on the 40-yard line. End-over-end kick comes down to Caldwell at the 20. He's across the 30, 35-yard line, turns on the speed. He's around the corner, one man to beat. It's Winters. He puts his head down, and the Beallsville Blue Devils will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of Columbiana on the big return from Ryan Caldwell.
Well, Ryan showed some nice speed right there. He started up the middle there and dipped to the outside then after he had all the Columbiana defenders coming to the center of the football field. We'll take a look at it here on the replay. Watch him just start straight up the football field. Now all the Columbiana boys are starting to converge on the middle, losing their outside containment. He got the speed just to go right around them, and thank goodness for Columbiana, they had their safety man back there.
Winters makes a nice tackle, but it's 1st and 10 for Beallsville at the 38-yard line. Or 39-yard line as Ihorn takes a timeout down on the field. He wants to talk things over with his head coach, Dave Caldwell. He'll head out to the huddle, and Columbiana will head over to the sideline. 6:24 to go. First half of play, 7-6. Beallsville on top, and we go down to the field with George Kellis. George?
Well, there are a nice nucleus of juniors on this Beallsville club, including Ryan Caldwell, who is the fastest player on this team, as you just saw, and Rick Mead, who we've talked about several times, is going to be back to harass opposing offenses next year. They have some other real nice underclassmen, Chunk Hudson, who is an interior lineman, and also a freshman by the name of Colby Street. Ihorn was out of a couple of games this year, and Colby Street, the freshman, came in, and I'm going to tell you something, fellas. You are going to hear that name a lot over the next 3-year period. He is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the Ohio Valley. He's about 6 feet, 6'1" already as a freshman. If Beallsville has a school and a team next year, he'll be there. Otherwise, those other players will benefit either Monroe Central in a consolidation or River. We'll see where some of them wind up if there is consolidation again.
Didn't he come in, George, and throw for 300 yards in his first ball game?
Exactly. I don't know that it was that many. I think it was 265 yards against Fort Fry in a big win.
Well, right now, 1st and 10 with 6:24 to go, first half. Ihorn, play action, looks downfield, and he is smothered by number 80. That's Jason Stamp, number 80, the defensive end, and a big hit applied there. And Coach, tomorrow, a lot of big hits will be applied out at Three Rivers Stadium. Steelers-Dolphins, a game that can be seen right here on WCOV9. And, of course, on Thanksgiving night, Coach, you pull up a drumstick and you head down to the Thunderdome, and you have a little Thunderbird action with the Toledo Storm Thanksgiving night right here on TOV9 as well, as we take a look at Stamp just smothering Ihorn.
He did. How about that Steeler defense last Monday night in the win over Buffalo? They were scary.
They were really, really good, and Dom Capers talked with our George Kellis. He said that defense is going to get better as Caldwell hauls it in at the 42-yard line. Pickup of about 6, but it's still going to bring up a long 3rd down situation for Beallsville. And George talked with Dom Capers, defense coordinator of the Steelers, and we had it on this week, and he said they plan on playing better games. They haven't played their best game of the year yet, and that's a little bit scary.
Yes, it is, but we'll find out in 3 weeks when the dog pound comes into town how good that defense is.
Well, the one other thing that's a little bit scary for the Steelers, their offense hasn't shown up except for Gary Anderson.
Boy, how Gary Anderson, and well, how about putting some of them defensive players on the offensive side?
Might help. 3rd and long, 3rd and 13. Ihorn play action, gets away from the rush, gets away from Stamp, looks downfield. He has Wheeler open. He heads across the field, looks for a block, gets to the corner, across the 25, 20, 15, 10, dives down to about the 9-yard line. They'll spot him out at the 11, and it's a 1st and 10 from the 11 for the Beallsville Blue Devils.
Oh, boy, what a nice play that was there. I'll tell you what, he came across the middle. He was the only receiver. The other receivers kind of stood dead in their tracks, and Jeremy Wheeler kept himself moving and came open and then made a real nice play here. Davey picked him up going across his body, had enough zip on the arm to get it to him. And watch him come directly across the football field behind his offensive lineman. Right there, boom, boom, the blocks are being thrown. Now he got a one-man to beat. He takes the inside dip to the outside, gets away from him. Now he'll be knocked out of bounds down here by the... We can't quite pick up that number, Bill.
22, check that. 22, that is...
Romeo?
Matt Romeo, 22.
Timeout with 4:49 called by Columbiana to try to slow down the Beallsville Express as they're going to try to put another one in the end zone to build on their 7-6 lead. I'll tell you what, that's one thing about these Beallsville receivers, Bill, I was mentioning earlier. You know, they are really excellent athletes, and they love to go get the football.
Take a look. 4:49 to go. George, what do you think the Beallsville Blue Devils are going to come up with? They can still get the first down inside the 1-yard line.
Well, it's fascinating how they had completely bogged down with their running game, but they came up with a big play right there through the air. And Ty, I can ask you this because you coached for the passing game considerably at Shadyside. How much do you have to work on the timing in the passing game to do what Beallsville does?
Oh, you're going to work a good 60 to 65% of your time, George, in your passing game. It takes so much technique by your offensive linemen than the run blocking does.
1st and 10 from the 11-yard line for the Blue Devils. They lead it by 1. Ihorn looking to the corner, and it's knocked away. Good defensive play coming up there is Pat Coleman as he defends against Ryan Caldwell as they run a little fade pattern to the corner of the end zone. Good defensive coverage, and Coleman was not fooled.
No, he wasn't. I'm sure they saw that on the game films. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Bill, that's one thing that Beallsville loves to do. They just love that fade pattern up that far sideline, and just hoping the receivers now can out-jump. Nice coverage. Bringing up 2nd down and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Ihorn on the option. He looks to keep. Has Caldwell with him. He'll keep, and he'll be taken down after a gain of about 3 coming across. Number 46, John Hawkins.
Nice foot speed there by the Columbiana defense as they really strung that option out there. He had the pitch man behind him, but Davey felt that he could make the break to the corner. Right there, you don't see a white shirt. Now, all of a sudden, here they come from the inside out. Man, that's good foot speed by the big man. That's that 215-pound fullback, isn't it, Bill?
Yeah, it sure is. He can get to the outside. He can wheel and deal. 4:12 going. Clock moving. First half, 7-6. Beallsville on top by 1. Quarterback draw. Run for the first touchdown by Ihorn early in the game. May come again. Looks to pass. He'll put it up top, and he has a man, and it is touchdown, Beallsville.
What a nice catch. Is that Abrick out there?
Jason Abrick. Jason Abrick with a touchdown for the Beallsville Blue Devils. I was misled earlier and mispronounced his name, but Abrick on the touchdown, making it 13-6, Beallsville on top.
Yeah, you were misled by the head coach.
Well, what am I going to do? The head coach tells you how to say it. That's how you say it. But it's the sports doctor up here.
Sports doctor's saying it different. George on the sideline told us to be spoken differently, but we're going to go with majority?
We'll go with majority.
Okay.
Coach Caldwell's a tough man, though. I don't want to get into trouble with Coach Caldwell. Ihorn to attempt the extra point. Kick is blocked, so they answered to the Clippers with a blocked extra point. 13-6, 3:55 to go, first half of play. Beallsville on top. They add to their 1-point lead. It's back up to a 7-point game.
Jason, we might be mispronouncing his name all night long here, Bill, but as long as he keeps catching these passes and warning these touchdowns, I'm sure he won't care. We'll take a look at it right here. Coach Caldwell is really going against his tendencies throughout the year, and that he's throwing more to that tight end tonight than he normally does, and I'm sure that's a good job by his offensive people upstairs. You got Coach Flip DeLongo up here in the press box calling things down to him, and Coach DeLongo's a veteran of about 35, 36 years on the sideline of football, so I'm sure he's picking things up, really going to help Coach Caldwell down on the sideline.
Coach, George mentioned it early in the game. He talked about the tight end being open, something that the Beallsville Blue Devils don't usually use. George, what's the deal?
Tell you this much, Bill. You look at the clock right now. 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in the first half, and Beallsville has a 7-point lead. I think it's enormously important that they take that lead in at halftime right here, because if Columbiana would happen to score and tie this game, you kind of get a bad feeling, because it seems as though most of the things that have gone on here in the first half have gone Beallsville's way. I think it would be a big emotional boost for them to take that 7-point lead in, and they've got to hold on for another 3:55.
Thank you very much, George. Hawkins, the big fullback, heads to the corner, runs over one man out close to the 43-yard line.
Looks like Mr. Hawkins will get that mentality. If there is a defender there and he got a choice, he's not going to take the open area. He's going to take off and go over the defender.
Coach, and I know that's a mentality that you like.
Oh, yes. But,
you like the contact.
Every
once in a while, you can go around them.
Go around him. As the ball carrier, you love to go around them, but in a fullback, you like that kind of mentality. Your tailback better be doing some hipping and dipping and getting around them, but you don't mind if your fullback tries to be a little Jim Taylor out there.
Coleman and Knight split to the near side in a slot. Winners on the handoff to Chaplow. He dives across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. Looked like Winners and Chaplow decided, weren't sure who was going to take the ball. Chaplow just ripped it out of the hands of the quarterback, and he dove ahead for about 3.
And Rick Meade is just a half a second away from taking those handoffs. Every time that ball snapped, he's making a leap through that A gap between the center and the guard and grabbing the quarterback just as he's handing the ball off. So if he can just get there a half a second quicker, he'll take the handoff.
On the option, handoff again. It comes loose, and who's got it? Beallsville or Columbiana? And it will be...
They're signaling him down, I believe, Bill.
Columbiana. So 3rd down and about 5 for the Clippers.
Let's take a look at it here and see if we can see when the ball does come out.
He never had it.
The ball's on his hip. Well, that ball's out completely. That wasn't even close. That ball came out when he
recovered the ball now.
Beallsville did.
Beallsville recovered the football. Should be Beallsville football. That's not even close. Winners on the option. He drops it this time, and Beallsville will get it, and justice has been served because Beallsville should have had the ball on the last play.
We got the ball back with 2:20 to go, and with Beallsville's offense, that's enough time for us to down, put some more points on the board and build on this 13-6 lead and really put some doubts in that Columbiana's mind is what they're doing over there. They're really, you see there some of their players off the sideline with their helmets off and discuss going to the water buckets. They're real upset. George, what you got down there?
Well, Beallsville forces about as many fumbles as any team in the OVAC because Dave Caldwell teaches his people to just keep clawing away at the football. They forced a big one right there, I'll tell you.
1st and 10, ball spotted at the 44-yard line. Outside pass to Caldwell. He's across the 35 and dives for the sideline. I don't think he got it. The clock's still moving with 2 minutes to go, so they're going to have to hustle up to the line of scrimmage. Ball will be spotted at the 34, Coach, and Beallsville ready to put it back into play.
Yes, they're in their 2-minute over there. Coach Caldwell is using hand signals out there, and he's calling play 6.
Ihorn back to pass, looks to the outside for Caldwell. He almost steps around the tackler, but he does go out of bounds. It'll be a 1st down, and the clock will stop as they move the chains, and he went out of bounds anyway, so it'll stop until the next step.
No, he's marking it in play, Bill. The official kept his hand in a winding motion.
I thought he had waved it off.
No, he...
Coleman on the coverage, and they will wind the clock, so I think Beallsville thought that he was out of bounds as well.
Yeah.
And we take a look. Slot here with Wheeler and Caldwell to the near side.
125.
Back to pass, looks to the outside for Caldwell. Again, it goes through his hands on the coverage. It's Essenwine. We need to take a timeout with 1:21 to go in the 1st half. Beallsville on top 13-6.
WTOV9's Game of the Week featuring Beallsville and Columbiana brought to you by Ormet, The Health Plan, Schwartz Homes Incorporated, East End Garage, West Banco, Kroger Food and Drug, Fox Run Hospital, and Columbiana Buick Olds Cadillac.
Horn back to pass for Beallsville. They lead 13-6. He looks for the corner for Wheeler. He's open, and he is out of bounds. Just by about a half a foot, they roll him out of bounds. The official right there on top of things, and just about a half a foot more to the inside of the pylon, and that's a touchdown, but Wheeler can't get down. Let's take a closer look and see if he got the foot in, Coach.
Yes, it's going to be interesting here because he looked like he did get the 1 foot in, but the official was right on the spot there, Bill.
We'll take a look. And on the line. Good call by the official.
The other foot never got back in.
Good call.
I thought his left foot there hit at the same time his right did, but it was in the air.
Don Sloan down on the sidelines working the camera, and of course, he brings you the proper shot as we find out that he was on the line. Wheeler comes in motion again. Ihorn rolls, looks across the middle for his tight end, and a great hit and intercepted. Winners on the hit, and the picked off pass by Hawkins. Averick was the intended receiver, And it popped out of his hands on a big hit from Winters, and it was intercepted, and it will head back the other way with the Clippers.
Take a good look at it here, coming across the middle. Abrick was open, and Davey put the ball right on the money, but just as the ball arrived, so did Winters. And there's the old tip drill you practice all the time, and some of the kids always wonder why you practice that drill. Right there's the reason you do.
Big Mr. Hawkins with the interception. The fullback clock rolls. 50 seconds to go in the half. Winters is going to keep it. He has Smith out in front of him for a block. He dives for the first down yardage. He don't know if he'll have it. They may have to measure and stop the clock, and that's what they'll do. They'll measure for the first down. So Caldwell, or check that, Columbiana catches a break as they will, well, maybe they won't stop the clock to measure.
We'll take a look at it here. It's a quarterback draw up the middle, and it was jammed up in there, so Winters just takes off the sideline. Nice defensive play out there by Eric Goddard. And that was just him between the quarterback and the end zone. He just fight off the blocker out there.
Good play by Smith not to throw the block because I think it would have been a clip.
But that's because the defensive back just kept giving ground and giving ground. So finally the ball carrier made the break, and then Eric could come off of the blocker there and make the tackle, bringing up 2nd down and 1 with 40 seconds to go for Columbiana. I get that down for 2 timeouts for Columbiana, Bill, so if I'm accurate on doing that, sometimes I get carried away and mark the wrong teams. The excitement gets going a little bit up here, but I think they have 1 timeout left with 40 seconds and a good bit of green to go for the end zone. And Beallsville is just going to have to be out there with Coach Caldwell, reminding his DBs to stay back, don't come up for any trick plays or anything like that, reminding the corners of their option pass that scored the big strike for Columbiana a little while ago.
13-6, 40 seconds to go, 2nd quarter of play. Beallsville on top 13-6. The Clippers looking to go over 80 yards, come up with a score before the half. Hawkins on the option will have the first down. The clock will stop as they move the chains, and Columbiana had 2 plays called. They line up right on the hash mark, and as soon as that ball's put back into play, they will snap it. Knight in a trips formation along with Coleman and Romeo. Clock rolling down to 30 seconds. Winters getting pressure. He throws it away. Intended receiver, number 29 for Columbiana. That's Lalama, Brian Lalama, and it's incomplete.
Nice pressure up there by Goddard coming through from the outside, and had enough arm strength to pull him down, and the quarterback Winters was very smart, and he had a receiver going out there in the flat area, and he just lunged the ball out there toward him, and he landed about 5 yards from him. The Beallsville faithful over here were screaming for grounding, but that was a definite pass attempt there.
Lalama, Essenwine, and Knight in trips. Winters looks for Lalama. I think it may have been intercepted. They'll rule it incomplete. Caldwell on the coverage, and I thought he may have come up with one, but he couldn't get the hands underneath the ball. It was a low pass anyways. 25 seconds to go. 3rd and 10 from the Columbiana 33-yard line.
Well, let's see if that play right there, as we take a look at it here, we'll see the ball just skipping off the ground.
Essenwine and Lalama in a slot. Coleman to the far side. Winters looking for Coleman up the outside, and it's overthrown by about 5 yards. Incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Clippers with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
We'll see now what Beallsville's going to do if they're going to decide to put 10 men up there and go after him and try to go for the block here with 20 seconds to go, or go for return, because they are going to get good field position.
I think you go for the set up the return and then take a crack at the end zone if you get a big return.
Yes.
Back deep is Davey Ihorn. He's back at the 40-yard line.
They're going for it, Bill.
The Clippers come out. They're going to try to draw Beallsville off. They're going to set them up with the punt formation now, and they may have done it. They may have drawn them off.
That's going to cut down to 4th and 5, and see if that makes a decision over there on the Columbiana sideline to go ahead and go for it.
I think you still punt it.
Oh, you got to punt it. You don't want to give Beallsville the ball right here. You know, for Ihorn's arm, he can put that ball in the end zone with no trouble.
They do pick up 5 important yards,
but there is Winters' play is coming in from the sideline, Bill.
It's a shift. See if they can get another first down.
Shift 1, shift 2?
Shift 1, shift 2. I got to believe they're going to punt the ball away.
You would think so.
Ball at their own 37. 20 seconds to go. They're up 7-0. And they go back to the punt formation, and they will try and kick it away from Ihorn, I would imagine.
They're going after him.
They're going with a fake. It's straight up in the air. It's intended for Essenwine. He hauls it down at the 41-yard line. Ihorn watched the football, didn't get over in time, and Essenwine holds on to it. And it'll bring up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. So a little bit of trickery from Columbiana. They keep the ball with 13 seconds to go. And this one had helium in it.
I believe me, we might get some rain here. That could bring rain. Let's see if we can. I thought we might not even see the ball went up so high there in the dark clouds.
Winters back to pass, and he has Smith wide open inside the 30, 20-yard line. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 14-yard line. 2 seconds to go in the half. They'll move the chains, and Columbiana don't know if they have any more timeouts. They should take one because as soon as it's put back into play, the clock's going to roll. And Beallsville taking their time. We take a look at Smith going down the field. They line up in trips formation, but as soon as they wind that clock, it's going to start, Coach.
I really don't think they're going to be able to get this play off.
They point to the ball. The official clock has stopped.
Evidently, he was out of bounds.
They ruled him out of bounds. Winter looking to the outside, looking for Lalama. He has him, but he won't get there. Ihorn comes across and makes a nice play, and that's the way the half will end. And after one half of play, Beallsville on top by a score of 13-6. And we will take a timeout. 13-6. The Beallsville Blue Devils on top after one half of play. We'll be back with the bands right after this. East End Garage. The Blue Devil of Beallsville, 13-6. Beallsville on top. There is Don Sloan looking through the viewfinder, looking for some Blue Devil fans. He found every single one of them as he gets ready for the second half. And right now, Columbiana will have to kick it away. Marking off the distance is Chad Ducats and Columbiana, the Clippers, ready to kick off. Beallsville ready to return. Ryan Caldwell back deep at about the 10-yard line for the Blue Devils.
Look at this formation.
And it's Squibber, but it's recovered by Beallsville. So Columbiana comes out and immediately gives the Beallsville Blue Devils good field position.
Trying to catch Beallsville napping there. They still were in their huddle there around the kicker, and the kicker just took off and kicked the ball.
Eric Goddard on the recovery for the Beallsville Blue Devils. So the trick play doesn't work, or the onside kick doesn't work, and the Beallsville Blue Devils, good field position, coach, at their own 43-yard line.
Great Coach Caldwell, and the Devils will take that all night long.
13-6, Ihorn on a touchdown run, and Jason Brigg on a touchdown pass from Ihorn, 13 points, 47-yard touchdown pass to Essenwine from Winters as Caldwell hauls in the first play from scrimmage in the second half. It's a foot race, and he'll be caught from behind. Diving down is Ducats as he catches him about the 36-yard line, but the Blue Devils strike early, and a big play. Caldwell upset. And I was going to finish Essenwine with a touchdown pass for Columbiana to recap the first half scoring. As we take a look at Caldwell, coach, good speed and just Ducats here laying out at the last possible moment. If he doesn't get him, he's gone for a touch.
He sure was. Nice, just a quick hitch pass out there, and turned on the Jets.
Wheeler near side, Caldwell far side, Ihorn under center, I formation in the backfield, just starting the second half. Ihorn rolls, looks to the corner, and on the out pattern for Caldwell, he'll be close to a first down depending on the spot. And Coach, always comes down to the important left-right foot spot. And what are they going to give him? They give him the right foot or the left foot?
Left foot.
So you think he has the first down?
No.
He's short.
Left foot, and that guide over there, the left foot's the back foot.
Well.
I tell you what, no.
I'm going to say they get the first down.
Okay, we'll go with your call right there. I hope we do for Beallsville. That puts us down inside the 20-yard line, the 16-yard line, first down.
Here's the right foot.
Where are we at?
He's short. He's short.
That left foot.
So who? Now wait. Who marked it? Was it the outside judge?
The outside judge.
Oh
there.
well, see, I had the feet backwards.
Okay. It was your other right.
I'm trying to get out of it.
It was your other right. That's okay.
I knew I was wrong one time.
Okay, Brad. Hey, I'll tell you what. No, as an offensive coach, this is the down you like, Bill. Second down in 3 inches.
I think you throw the ball.
Oh, that's how they got down the field. But I don't think you're going to see him really throw the ball here. I think you're going to see him go and pick up the first down.
Little spin handoff goes to Goddard. He has the first down, gets down to about the 10-yard line. They'll be able to get a first down inside the 10. It won't be goal to go. It'll be first and 10 from about the 10.5. So Beallsville with the ability to pick up the first down. First down, fade pattern for the end zone.
Don't be surprised. They love to do that right there. Eric just reading his guard right there and cut off his tail for the first down yardage. Nice blocking by the offensive line.
Where you take that receiver, run him real hard to the corner and back to the post.
No, they believe me, in these situations, year in, year out, Beallsville loves the fade patterns.
Ihorn on the option, near side, has the pitch, called well, inside the 10, knocked out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Yeah, I know, Coach, but they love the fade pattern, but everyone knows they love the fade pattern, so you drive them hard to the corner, and then you slam it back to the post, and you hit them with a quick little look.
We'll see if you can get George on the sideline and tell Coach Caldwell that. Of course, he might turn around and throw something at the press box.
I'm telling you.
Nice option pitch right there. And gets knocked out of bounds on the 8-yard line, bringing up second down and 7.
In theory, it works.
Oh, in theory, it works.
Wheeler splits to the far side.
I tell you what,
Caldwell in the near side.
the Columbiana fans are there, hands must be cold. They haven't really made much noise all night long.
They've got their fade pattern, quarter of the end zone, and Kuhlman with the interception.
Oh,
incomplete. They called it incomplete. It looked like he came up with the football. Not much of an argument. Pat Kuhlman.
Jeremy Wheeler became a defensive back on that play because he had position all the way, and as you said, Columbiana has that fade pattern well scouted. We'll take a look at it right here, see if Wheeler does. Right there, ball did bounce down.
Right there. You can't even see that from here.
Hey, I'm for Beallsville. That ball bounced.
Ihorn back to pass again, looks to the corner. He has Wheeler. Stretches out. Touchdown, Beallsville.
Beautiful play out there, stretching across the goal line to the 6 points. I tell you what, I think Columbiana's stunned, Bill. You know, they've never, I don't quite seen a passing team quite like Beallsville's thrown at them tonight, and this is the one advantage that Beallsville's going to have here in Division 6 by throwing the football like this.
You take a look at Ihorn, quick little look, and then a great play here by Wheeler. He just stretches the arm across, has to break the plane, and he gets the job done.
Well, let's see if they go for 2, yes.
20-6, 10-11 to go, third quarter of play. Caldwell is the tailback. He'll go in motion. Slaps his quarterback on the backside, and Einhorn's going to roll that way. He's going to pump fake. He's going to keep, and I don't know if he got in. They give it to him. 2-point conversion is good. So it's 22-6 now with 10-11 to go in the third quarter. And I'll tell you what, Coach, Beallsville comes out. Columbiana tries a little onside kick, and the Beallsville Blue Devils get the football and they march it all the way down the field. And Coach, this score may not be correct. 13-6 and the attack on 8, and that makes 21.
It used to.
Well, tonight it makes 22, I guess.
It makes 22, yes.
George?
Fellas, it's become a tradition over the years. It's hard for me to explain. At Beallsville, their linemen growl when they come running up to the line of scrimmage. I'll try to do an impression of it for you. It goes something like this. Honest to God, that's what they do to the other team. It scares the bejabbers out of the opposition. They don't know how to react to it.
If it doesn't scare them, it gives them a good laugh.
Only George.
What was it Dave called him last week? Yodai or something?
I'm not. Well, we're not sure about Mr. Bloomquist either. So,
well, he's from Union Local.
Well, he's from Lafferty and he's rooting for Michigan in the Ohio State-Michigan game, and he's had a long day. So I don't know. Now George down, working the crowd, working the sideline.
And look who's hopping up there with him.
Don Sloan almost hops up and knocks him off the bench. Well, right now, 21-6, 10-11 to go. Third quarter play, Ihorn to kick off low line drive. Wormburner bounces down to Hawkins. He picks it up at the 25, across the 30, 35, and out across the 40-yard line, where he's taken down. And Columbiana will have good field position for their first possession of the third quarter. And, Coach, they have some work to do, down 21-6.
Yes, they are, and being that they are a ground-oriented team, they really have some pressure on them. They're even down 2 scores. They can score and go for 2 twice and take the lead, but they really haven't been that successful in sustaining drives against the Beallsville defense. Coming out here with an ace backfield, trips to the right-hand side, and there's that big pullback. Well, they love to give it to him up inside. Hawkins, the load going up through there against the Beallsville defense. See if Columbiana advances their game plan. Bill Hiller stays with him, just tries to pound that Beallsville defensive line.
Well, there's a lot of time left, and you're really only down 2 scores and a couple of conversions, so why not pound to that? And that's what got you here.
Yeah, but taking a look here at this schedule they've had this year, I really don't see where they've had anything really close to be in this situation. It might be different for the kids to react.
Well, Hawkins reacting in good fashion there. Good second effort. He leans across the 50-yard line. Well, Coach, you don't get to the playoffs without having any gut check time right here for Columbiana. We find out on this drive if they hold the tents and don't get a first down, then maybe that says something that they weren't ready to come and face Beallsville. But I got to believe in the playoffs. Team that's into the second round, they've got some pride, they've got some guts, and I think you stay with your game plan with this much time left in the ball game, and you see if you can make it happen. You don't abandon everything yet.
No. But Beallsville can put a stop here on this series here and gets the ball back. It's really going to put some doubt, though, in those Columbiana kids' minds.
Handoff straight ahead to the fullback, and it'll be a first down for Columbiana, as I believe it was Hawkins picking up the first down, number 46. I'm just a little passionate about that, Coach. I'm a little excited about it.
Yes.
Right now, we go down to the field for George Kellis. George, no more growling.
Well, do not count Columbiana out of this game at all, fellas. They have been a strong second-half team all year. They trailed Crestview 21-0 at halftime and came on to win that game 26-21. This team is equipped to make a big comeback.
Well, Coach, there you go.
Thank you, George.
8:27 to go, third quarter. Beallsville on top, 21-6. Winners down the line. He has some running room. Breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and out across the 40 and close to a first down at the 38-yard line of Beallsville, and he may have it. I think he's got the first down, Coach.
Now, let's see here. They're putting the ball back on the initial line there to take a look at it.
They're going to call for a measurement.
We'll take a look here at Winters on the option plays. He comes to the right sideline right there. He steps over one tackler and bumps through another one. And by the looks right there, Bill, with the instant replay, he does have the first down, but you never know where the ball's put down at.
It's that right foot spot.
Right foot, left foot. Okay, we'll see if it's right foot put down this time.
Well, I think it actually all comes down to where they come out with a little marker. If they put it in the middle of the line or the back of the line, front of the line, it's going to be short. So they probably put it on the back half of the line if you're Columbiana.
Oh, right there. He put it right down directly in the middle of the line.
Well, see that one, he put it down on the back side from this end.
Boy, you tough up here tonight, Butch.
I'll tell you what.
I know you're still worn out from that long drive back from Canton last night.
Well, I'll tell you that was a ball game, huh?
Oh, man. You had me set my alarm this morning to watch that baby.
That was a great game for Sales and Big Red. Big Red comes up a winner. They're headed to the semifinals. One of these two teams will be headed to the semifinals, and right now Beallsville on top. They are a quarter and 8-17 away from accomplishing their goal in Ohio Division VI playoff play. Winners looking to pass. Has a man streaking down the middle, and Essenwine has it. He dives. He's down at about the 3-yard line as Chris Essenwine hauls it in, his second long completion of the game, and he comes up a little bit game on the right leg, but a great catch from Essenwine and a big play from Winners to hit his receiver.
That's where we'll take another look at it right here. They had twin receivers out there, and they're just running streaks up the sideline, and Winners laid the ball out perfectly for the receiver to run underneath it. You see right here, he had to stretch out, and the Beallsville defender, looked like that was number 36, Jason Stuckey, then grabbed onto him and took him down on the 3-yard line.
Romeo, the tailback, option near side. Winners keep, spins, touchdown, Columbiana. Now, Coach, 21-12 right now, 7:54 to go, and the Clippers have answered, and that really has to boost their confidence as they come back with a big score.
Yes, it does, but they still defensively haven't been able to figure out the mindset of the offensive tendencies of Coach Caldwell. So if we can keep trading touchdowns with them throughout the second half, we'll be happy.
I'm not saying they figured it out. I'm not saying they're going to. I'm just saying don't count them out. Two good football teams.
Yes, they are. You don't go undefeated throughout the year.
Two-point option. Winners is going to spin out of a tackle.
There's
still
a man
on his feet.
open.
Man in the back of the end zone. It's Coolman. He has it for the 2-point conversion. And now there's a flag down on the play real late. And we'll have to wait and see exactly what happened. I'm not sure, but it came in from one of the side judges, and it was very late. And we have a Columbiana player down on the far side of the field. But, Coach, everybody was heading off the field when that flag came down.
And if being thrown like that, we'll take a look here at the officials, see what the call is. They could have had a lineman downfield with his scrambling around there.
It's only 3 yards. How far downfield can it be? That's what he's going to call it. But as we watched, the only one that was close to the goal line was someone out in front of Winters getting ready to throw a block, and he didn't look like he was across the goal line.
No, but we'll take the call.
Yeah, I'm just want to make sure the officials are making. All right,
we'll take a look at it on the replay.
We're going to drop the gloves and go. All
right. Yeah, you need a tune-up for your sports challenge coming up, don't you?
Sure do. Well, there's Winters spinning out, and we'll take a look here as he finds Coleman in the back of the end zone. That's the only lineman right there. I don't see anybody else from that angle.
The flag was thrown by the side judge,
way over here
across the field from it. So maybe one of those guys back there on his backside gingerly walked upfield and trying to block somebody.
Well, Columbiana will have another crack at it. 21-12, 7:54 to go, and our George Kellis down on the sideline. George?
Well, I don't need to tell you guys how important this 2-point conversion attempt is here. You're talking about the difference between a 9-point lead and a 7-point lead. And we all know that it's tough to get 9 all at once. So if Beallsville can keep them out of the end zone right here, then they definitely will feel real good about the situation. But if Columbiana does get the 2-point conversion, I can assure you that the momentum in this game will have shifted considerably in the last 2 or 3 minutes. That drive right there by Columbiana was pretty easy stuff. I mean, they went right down the field like a chainsaw through warm butter, and they are capable of putting a lot of points on the board in a hurry, gentlemen.
George, I have one question if you can hear me.
Yes, sir.
How many times do you use chainsaws through warm butter?
Well, it depends on how big the butter is. If it's a big butter, I use a chainsaw. If it's a small butter, I use a butter knife.
I want to see the bun you're going to use with that chainsaw.
Well, right now, the 2-point conversion. Ball spotted back at about the 10-yard line. Winters looking to the corner, looking for Coleman, and he has it again. The 2-point conversion is good, and that is a big play for the Columbiana Clippers. And that cuts it, as George said, to a 7-point game. And all of a sudden, it's just 1 touchdown.
Nice play here. Just a little quick dive back and inside, and then Winters just rolled the outside, and the receiver made a nice inside move and broke it back to the outside, and he got a clear distance between himself and defender on his move. Bill?
Well, Columbiana had their chainsaw still warmed up for the warm butter as they get the 2-point conversion. Beallsville 21-14 over Columbiana. This one, Columbiana, third quarter action, 7:54 to go. And it is a 21-14 lead for the Beallsville Blue Devils. And our director, Dean Marini, has decided that we've all done too much football and we're all loopy. I may agree with him, but we're just looking for a good ball game, and that's exactly what we have.
Yes, it is. That's all day long. We've been watching good ball games there on TV9.
Kickoff comes down, end over end, fielding the football up man.
And that's the freshman.
That's Colby Street, and he's still on his feet across the 45-yard line, close to the 50-yard line. Colby Street, a player that George Kellis talked about, and he's just a freshman, returns it all the way back to about the 49-yard line. So Beallsville, good field position, and Columbiana really hasn't proven that they can stop the Beallsville Blue Devils.
No, right now we'll see coming out that Coach Caldwell will keep those wide receivers spread and just keep throwing that out pattern there to Caldwell until they stop it.
Clock rolling, 7:35 to go. Wheeler to the far side, Caldwell near side. Ihorn under center, 1st and 10. Ihorn looks outside, Caldwell turns inside. It goes in and out of the hands of Coleman, and it looked like it should have been an interception, Coach. He drops it, can't believe it. He just scored the 2-point conversion, so you know he has good hands, but he can't hold on to that one.
No, that was going to be just a quick hit pass here again to Ryan Caldwell, and the outside linebacker right there. You see him coming into our picture right there. Looks like number 29. He took the alley away from him, so Caldwell made a break to the inside, and Davey just got the ball a little too high for him, and lucky for us that Columbiana dropped that wide open interception. Brian, isn't that Coach Caldwell's son?
I believe so.
I believe it is.
Ihorn, play action. He's getting pressure up the middle, looks downfield, late down the middle. He's looking for Caldwell, jump ball, and who came up with it? I think it's Caldwell as they wrestle for it.
It's going to be a dual possession offense.
Romeo and Caldwell gets the possession, and the Beallsville Blue Devils have a first down at the 20-yard line.
He had him beat, and Davey just really couldn't get himself planned to throw the ball with a lot of muscle on that because of the pressure coming on him right there. He just tries to uncork it deep as he can. And Ryan, right here, this is the jump ball situation I was telling you about earlier that their receivers just love to do.
Romeo and Caldwell battling for it, and Caldwell's going to come up with it, Coach.
Yes, he is. George?
Well, this team loves to live on the edge, don't they, fellas? I mean, they are not out here messing around. They are throwing everything at this outfit.
Handoff, Goddard has some room, off tackle. He's still on his feet, and he'll have another first down for the Beallsville Blue Devils, and it'll be 1st and goal from inside the 10.
What they're doing, George, and to the audience out there, Beallsville is just keeping this defensive team back on their heels. They're not quite sure what's coming at them. And they're still getting soft cushions out there by the corner people as we take a look inside. Goddard makes the move off the right side there. Good blocking by his 2 big tackles down inside, and the guard kicking out for him.
Clock rolling, 6:30 to go. 1st and goal from inside the 10, just inside the 10 for the Beallsville Blue Devils. Wheeler's going to come in motion. Caldwell set up on the near side. Ihorn looks to the far corner, looks outside for Wheeler. He has it, turns the corner, touchdown Beallsville.
Beautiful ball. I tell you what, the defender there for Columbiana wasn't quite sure what to do, Bill. He had nice coverage there and looked like he could have stepped in front for the interception or the knockdown, and he kind of hesitated. And the ball went right through his arms into Streets. Let's take a look at here if we can see it again. Ihorn dropping back and just coming out here on a crossing pattern with the man in motion.
And Wheeler hauls it in, and Coach stays in bound, plenty of room, and just turns it inside the pylon, 27-14, and we're starting to have a shootout.
Well, let's see right here if Coach go ahead and kick this ball. They've been known to give us some fakes over the years.
Snap down, kick up, and it is good as he just squeezes it inside the upright, and it's 28-14, a 2-touchdown lead. 14 points the difference in this one, 28-14. And George, I'll tell you what, if Columbiana's the chainsaw, I don't know what the Beallsville Blue Devils are right now, because they're working even quicker than Columbiana is.
Well, you know, Columbiana gets that big touchdown right there, and the momentum goes their way. And in a matter of about a minute and a half, Beallsville's down the field celebrating in the end zone again. I've been covering Beallsville football for more than a decade. This is the quickest team they have ever had. It's really a different kind of a Beallsville team. Over the years, they've had some real big kids. This team is quick, not only along the line of scrimmage, but at the skilled positions. They drive people crazy. They are driving this Columbiana outfit absolutely bonkers.
You're right, George. They've been known over the years for having huge people on their teams and overpowering people, and this year they're just out-quicking them.
6:18 to go, 28-14. Beallsville on top. 3rd quarter play. Bill Phillips along with the coach Ty Fleming and George Kellis down on the sideline. The rest of the WTOV9 gang. And right now the Blue Devils ready to kick off again. And back deep it is Lalama and Essenwine for Columbiana. Ball taken by Kuhlman up front. He has some running room out across the 35-yard line, dives ahead to about the 40-41, and that's where Columbiana will take over. Both teams, Coach, have only had to play on a 60-yard field. No one has really had bad field position here in the second half.
You know, neither team has a real strong kicking game going out there. As you said, that just makes the offensive work so much easier. The coach doesn't have to worry about being conservative, being backed up in his own territory. You're out here where you just open up, and here they are coming out with trip formation to the right.
Lalama, Knight, and Kuhlman. Handoff goes to Hawkins. He'll go ahead for about 3 yards on 1st down. Right now we head back down the field level for George Kellis. George?
Well, this is one of those big bodies I was talking about, a guy named Chad Smith who played here several years ago. His brother is one of the interior linemen here tonight. Chad Smith, gentlemen, 6'6", 315 pounds. And one of many players frustrated in past years, many 9-1s that never made it to the playoffs, but they are here in the postseason looking for a berth in the semifinals.
Hawkins again straight ahead. He picks up a couple. Will bring up 3rd down at about 5, Coach, and that's a big man down there.
Oh, Chad, I'll tell you what, Chad was an awful good football player for him. Played a strong side tackle there and defensive tackle for him. Played some defensive end with that size too. And he played basketball. He returned to basketball team, and he played at OU for the Bobcats for 3 years.
5 minutes to go, third quarter play. Winters on the option with Lalama. Winters keeps, has some room, cuts through with an opening, and he's out across the 40 and down to the 39-yard line. That's where they'll spot it out of bounds. Winters, and Columbiana continues to move the football up the field. Both offenses so far in the third quarter have yet to be stopped.
No, and the thing that Beallsville just got to keep hoping for is that they take their time scoring now. As long as Columbiana will take some time off that clock and score, and Beallsville can come back and score quickly, we'll end up smiling at the end of the game. Bill, and advance another one of our teams to the Final Four.
Winters down the line of scrimmage again. Looks to cut it up, does, and he gets down to about the 35. So a pickup of about 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. And, Coach, I'll tell you what, the OVAC so far this postseason in West Virginia and Ohio just really has done a good job. Especially in Ohio. West Virginia's had a little bit of a tough run, but they still have 2 teams. One of them will play in one of the games of the Super 6, either Valley or St. Mary's.
Yes, how about Buckeye Trail, the basketball tradition school advancing to the Final Four with a big victory last night over Byrne Union.
Hand off to Hawkins, and he dives ahead, and a team that Buckeye Trail may face in the playoffs could be Wellsville.
Wouldn't that be something?
3rd down and a long 3 for Columbiana. Of course, Big Red into the semifinals. Buckeye local Panthers, they continue to roll on. A team that all season long just continue to roll up the offensive numbers on the ground, and they've continued to do it in the playoffs. And the defense has really been the difference in that ball club in the playoffs. They've shut everybody down.
Yes.
Hand off, 3rd and 3. Hawkins on his feet into the secondary. Colby Street has to make a touchdown-saving tackle at about the 11-yard line. So it'll bring up 1st and 10 from about the 11 for the Columbiana Clippers.
I'll tell you what, this Columbiana team, you can see why they've gone undefeated this year, Bill. They just power that football right at you all night long, and with a big stud like that running the ball, he's awful tough to bring down. Winters is a quick quarterback out there with good moves. They got a lot of offensive weapons.
1st and 10, and on the option, it's ahead with the fullback, Hawkins. He won't go anywhere on that one. That's stacked up at the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 with 3:21 to go. George?
Well, there have been over 20 points scored here in the third quarter by these 2 teams, fellas, and the way the defenses are starting to give way, I got a funny feeling it's going to take about 42 points to win this football game. These offenses have taken charge.
For Columbiana, option, pitch, Lalama one-on-one with Ihorn, shakes and bakes, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Columbiana.
Nice offensive move. He really put some move there on Davey at the 10-yard line to get himself clear to the end zone. This team, Bill, doesn't know how to say die.
They do not know how to say die. 28-20 right now. 8-point game. We take a look at it again, Coach. Nice fake in there, and then the quick pitch.
I'll tell you what, Beallsville, again, just a half step away from getting that quarterback before he made the pitch. And right here, you just see the nice leg and take it away from him, and now he's just going to stride in and get into the end zone. The Llama, they're going to go to kick to make it a 7-point game, maybe.
Winters to do the kicking, snap down, kick up, and it is good right down the middle. So it's a 7-point ball game. So not a bad call there going for 1 because it's a 7-point game. You can always go to overtime if you can tie it up.
And what we've seen tonight out of the kicking for the extra points, Columbiana definitely has the advantage in the kicking game.
Take a look at the touchdown again. As we take a look at the score, 28-21, and he was forced to make this pitch. And then Ihorn doesn't break down that well.
No, right there, Llama just gives him a little head and leg to the outside and came back on the inside. The inside pursuit just couldn't get there in time to keep him out of the end zone. So what a ball game we got going. 2:52 to go in the third quarter, 28-21.
I'll tell you what, the one thing that we haven't mentioned, 2 small schools, you're going to have the same kids going both ways, playing on both sides of the ball, and the defenses, they don't know where the other team's going. They figure, well, we'll just concentrate on offense, see if we can keep scoring.
Just keep scoring. This is just the type of game it's going to be. Who may be down to who has the ball last is going to win this baby. You said, no, it was a good coaching philosophy over there to go ahead and go for the 1 point there to give themselves to a 7-point game. George?
The score in the third quarter, fellas, is 15-15, and we still have 2:52 to go here in the third period. That scoreboard is going to get lit up like a Christmas tree before this is over with.
Ball gets away from Caldwell. He'll pick it up at the 19-yard line, look for a block, and he's out to about the 21-yard line. And I think that's the worst field position anyone's had to start a drive here in the third quarter with 2:45 to go in the third.
And believe me, the Columbiana team right there backing them up like that, their coverage team is really pumped up and getting the fans going there on the Columbiana sideline over there. And this could be the break that they needed to do something here to stop this Beallsville offense.
They'll wind the clock. It starts to roll down to 2:40 to go in the third. Caldwell split to the far side. In the slot, it's Wheeler.
They're still giving him a soft cushion out there, Bill. That DB still playing eight yards off. The Caldwell boys split wide.
We have flags down on the field, and right now, if you're a Clipper fan, Coach, I have to think, you got to be thinking to yourself, we can stop them once. Just stop them once, we might be able to tie this one up, but Columbiana comes out and they hurt themselves as they pick up the penalty, and it'll be a 5-yarder, so it'll bring up 1st and 5 for the Beallsville Blue Devils, and the Blue Devils have to think to themselves, we have to keep putting the points on the board, because obviously we haven't been able to stop them defensively.
That's right. Just a matter now is, we said, if we just keep trading scores with them all night long, we'll be okay.
Wheeler and Caldwell split to the far side. Handoff goes to Goddard, and he'll be close to first down yardage. Then they have to measure this one as they stop the clock, and they're going to give him the first down, I believe. So yep, don't move the chains.
Nice run by Eric inside there again, and again gives credit to that Beallsville offensive line to open up some nice holes there against some good quality defensive people there for Columbiana.
Harding Stadium, the site of this Ohio Division 6 second-round playoff game, regional final. Slot formation to the near side. Lone receiver split to the outside. Quick little look to Wheeler. He dances to about the 33-yard line. He stays in bounds, and the clock will continue to roll inside of a minute 50. Pick up about 3 on first down.
Yes, a little quick hitch pass there to the inside receiver in the twin formation. The outside receiver was supposed to crack back in on the defender there, and he just missed his block, and Bell's only picked up 2 yards on the play. If he makes that block, he's got some room to run down the sideline. 2nd down and 8, 1:24 to go in the quarter.
Ihorn rolls far side, looks outside for Caldwell, and he had it for a moment. It popped out of his hands and looked like he was trying to turn the corner and just couldn't hold on to it. Kuhlman there on the coverage, number 7 for the Clippers. It goes incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd and long.
We'll take a look at it here as Davey put the ball on the money, and Ryan started to make the turn up the field. Right there as he just... no. Yeah, I thought Coleman knocked it. He didn't knock it. No, he just lost as he turned to make the move up the field.
1:17 to go, third quarter play. 28-21, Beallsville on top.
Big play here for Columbiana to accomplish the task that you mentioned, Bill, by holding Beallsville here on an offensive series and getting the ball back.
Columbiana crowd up on their feet. Ihorn looks to the outside for Wheeler. Hitch and pitch, and he throws the ball away. It's down on the ground loose, but I think Wheeler got it back.
I tell you what, Columbiana is awful lucky that ladder was not clean, because he had that sideline made. All their defenders came in on the quick hitch out there.
He was gone. We take a look at it.
And he was gone right here. If we can take a look at it right there, you see Caldwell coming behind him.
Forget about it. And he's just up the sideline.
And just as Wheeler was getting ready to make the pitch there, he got hit from behind, which helped probably the ball goes backwards. I believe this will be their 2nd punt of the night, Bill. They punted early in the ball game.
I think their 2nd punt. Ihorn to kick it away, end over end kick. Kuhlman tries to come up and field it. It bounces away from him and rolls dead at the 31-yard line. So Ihorn gets a break as it rolls quite a ways, and it'll be Columbiana football 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line with 29 seconds to go in the third quarter. 28-21. The Clippers trail it by 7. Blue Devils on top by that same margin of 7 points. And right now, their defense has to answer the call. They haven't been able to stop the Clippers in the second half. The Clippers finally stopped the Blue Devils on their last drive.
Now let's see if we can return the favor here and hold them with 23 seconds to go in the quarter and get the ball back.
Knight to the near side split. Hawkins alone back in the backfield. Hand off to Hawkins. Bounces off a tackler and leans ahead for about 4. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 as the clock rolls inside of 10 seconds, and that will be the final play of the third quarter here in this regional final for the Ohio Division VI playoffs between Columbiana and Beallsville. We head to the fourth quarter with the Beallsville Blue Devils on top in the WCOV9 High School Football Game of the Week, 28-21. Down on the sideline, George Kellis, of course, the rest of the WTOV9 gang. And we have a busy Sunday coming up with NFL action. Thunderbird's Close-Up starts it all off at noon. Thunderbird's Close-Up at noon, and then at 12:30, you have the NFL Live, and then at 1 o'clock, Dan Marino, the Pittsburgh native, heads to Three Rivers to take on the Steelers in a big AFC showdown between two teams that look like they're headed towards the playoffs. That should be a very interesting ball game as the Steelers defense will be tested by one of the league's best offenses and best arms. But right now we have a great game here at Harding Stadium as Winters on the option with Romeo, and Winters will have the first down for Columbiana as he goes out of bounds with 11:54 to go in the ball game, and the Clippers continue to move the football. Their chains move up the field, and Coach, as I mentioned, a good one here. This one, a shootout.
Take a look here at the back of the receiver coming right to the top of the screen. We see number 7 coming around. That's Lama, I believe, that was there that he could pitch back to him on a reverse action, and Beallsville really didn't have anybody on the backside here staying home, so don't be surprised you see that play in a little bit with that ball being pitched to that man on the reverse.
Essenwine near side, and Winters looks to throw it, but it's down low, and it's going to be a flag on Street. He had his left hand on the back of Essenwine. Not much, but enough to get the attention of the official on the near side. He throws the flag, and looks like the flag came on the other side of the first down marker. We'll have to wait and see how they're going to measure this. 15 yards from the spot or from the original line? Original line, okay. Just in the pros.
Yes, spot of the pros. Yes, 15 yards here for Columbiana. Take them down to the Beallsville 43-yard line with 11:50 to go. Beallsville desperately needs a hold here, Bill.
Coach, you mentioned it may be the team that gets the ball last that comes up with a win. 11:50 to go. 28-21, Beallsville on top. Two teams that have been slugging it out all night long. Coleman to the far side in the slot with Knight. Knight, your slot man. Romeo in the backfield. They move Hawkins up into fullback position. He takes the ball right out of the hands of Winter, and he dives across the 30-yard line down to the 29 for first down. Winters did not want to give him the football.
No, he didn't. Well, what occurred there again was Meade coming through there clean, and I believe that was Eric Goddard. Take a look here. Right there comes Meade leaping through, and Goddard from the outside. And they had Winters in their grasp, but he was able to get that ball handed off just in time, and they picked up a first down inside the 30-yard line.
Big number 80 checking into the ball game for Columbiana. That is Jason Stamp. He lines up on the near side. Essenwine to the far side, split all by himself. Winters on a little delay, and he only gets a couple, but probably going to give him 3. Second down and 7, Coach.
Yes, nice offensive call there by the Columbiana staff, and that they've been going with the dive to the right, and then option to the right there. And what the quarterback did was take a quick dive to the right there, and the quarterback was coming back on a counter to the left side here and got tripped up. George?
Well, Beallsville has to make a big play here on defense, some kind of a fumble, strip the ball, anything, because Columbiana clearly is controlling the line of scrimmage right now, fellas.
Second down and 8, option again. Hawkins takes it away from his quarterback and leans down to the 25-yard line. Down on the bottom of the pile, looks like Wheeler also getting some help from big number 78 from Beallsville. And big number 78 is, I can't find him on my program.
No, but,
it's not Schaefer, Trent Schaefer. There he is.
Meade is really causing some problems out there for Winters in that every time he's diving through there, he's not quite sure that he's going to get that handoff made in there. Don't be surprised to see Meade take one of those off of him here before long.
3rd and 6, Winters keeps, and a short gain, if anything, taken down right on the 25-yard line. Now they move the stick about a half a foot. So big play right here. This one, you never know. Could be the ball game right here for Columbiana if they don't get a lot of time left.
But if say that with 10 minutes, Bill, as you started to say, but you're absolutely right.
I'll tell you what, if they don't get it here and Beallsville can march it down the field, maybe put another one in, all of a sudden you're down 2 scores with less than 7 minutes or so to go. So this is a big play here. Coleman to the near side, and they have the Romeo in the backfield. Winters on the option, turns it up and pitches late to Romeo, and he will have the first down as he dives for it, and he's taken down at the 15-yard line. Big play and a clutch play by the quarterback, Winters, as he knew he was going to get hit, waited late, and got it to Romeo.
Yes, good practice out there done by these guys week in and week out. That quarterback made the pitch up there, and the pitch man stayed in the correct relationship with him. Right there, as he turns upfield, that halfback turned up the field with him, stayed for the pitch relationship, and the pitch was made late.
Street gets the tackle, number 4.
Gets the first down, but they picked up the first down on the 16-yard line.
Essenwine in a slot, Coolman to the far side. Winters rolls to the far side, looks for Coolman, and he can't get it. A little bit low and too far outside from the quarterback, and he'll bring up second down and 10 from about the 16-yard line. 9:17 to go, Coach. Time starting to become a factor here at Harding Stadium, the site of this regional final between Beallsville and Columbiana.
Yes, nice call there by the coach from Columbiana to try to box up the Beallsville defense, but it fell incomplete, and the way they've been moving the ball on the ground is to our advantage, and they do try to throw some.
Coolman in the slot this time. Knight split to the far side. Romeo in the backfield as a tailback. Hawkins moves up to fullback. Handoff, Hawkins straight ahead, and he's down close to the 10-yard line. And he'll be short of the first down by about 4 yards, so it'll bring him 3rd and 4, maybe closer to 5. 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 for Columbiana here with 9 minutes to go.
We'll take a look at it right here as Big John Hawkins just powers up the middle for the 5-yard gain there. And this is what I was referring to, Bill, on that first down pass. We really had trouble stopping them all night for less than 3 or 4 yards of crack. So anytime they throw the ball, it's to our advantage.
Winters on the option, pressure, and he'll be taken down. Big play coming through number 67. That's Micah Fox, and he makes a big play and comes up with a stop and a sack. I don't know if we can call it a sack on the option.
I believe that the only thing is, Bill, off that option route there, he's been throwing the football, and the receiver was making a pattern downfield, so we do have to call that a sack.
Let's call it a sack for a sack. Micah Fox comes in and just wraps it up, and then Winters decides, I'm going to go down, and that's the 3rd sack of the night for Kroger Food and Drugs. That's $50 more to the Salvation Army in the Sack for a Sack program. Right now, big play here, 4th and 8, just as big as the last 4th down. Flag on the play, Winters on the delay, and it's whistled dead as he would have been close to getting the first down. He would have gone one-on-one with Wheeler. We'll wait and see what the call is. It is against the Clippers.
Yes, their outside receiver out there made a false step before the ball was snapped, and the official out there was through the flag and was blowing the whistle, even though the ball was already snapped. So it's going to bring up down now 4th and 13 for Columbiana.
That is a big penalty for the Clippers. Right now we go quickly down to George.
If Beallsville can hold them right here, fellas, then the big play in this series was the sack on the previous play by Micah Fox. He separated his shoulder partially in practice on Tuesday. He sucked it up and is playing in this football game with a partially separated shoulder. Made a big play a minute ago.
4th and 13. Winters back to pass. Plenty of time. Looks like he's setting up for across the middle to Stamp. He has it, and it falls incomplete.
What are they going
to rule it? They're going to rule that a catch and that the ball can't come out when it hits the turf. Wow, I don't know. Let's take a look at it.
Look at this one.
This is big number 90, Steve Smith. Check that, Smith, not Stamp.
There's the ball. He hit down.
He never had control. That one right through his legs. That's an incomplete pass. The Clippers really catch a break. Winters on the option, turns it up, and he is stopped short of the goal line by Ryan Caldwell. Let's take a look at that again if we can.
And the Bill, the interesting thing, the back judge, whose job that is to make that call in the end zone, did not make a call. He left a guy from the sideline come in and make the call, and the ball was right directly in front of him.
We get another angle of this one from behind the play.
There's the back judge. Now his job is decided, is that ball a catch or not? He comes running up there.
That ball is loose. It's between his legs. Not a catch there. 2nd down and goal from inside the 3-yard line for Columbiana. Handoff Hawkins, and he is short of the goal line. Did not get in. He is just short, about a half a yard short. And the Beallsville Blue Devils really caught a tough break because that was not a catch that gave Columbiana the first down and goal from inside the 3-yard line to Steve Smith.
And they got 2 downs here now to pick up this half yard. So Columbiana is really going to be in control now to score and go ahead and tie this ball game up.
6:40 to go, 28-21. Columbiana trying to go in for a touchdown and a possible conversion to tie this one up here in the fourth quarter. Winners under center, and we're going to have a flag, and Columbiana hurts themselves there with a penalty. George?
The two officials, fellas, looked at each other in confusion. One was prepared to call it incomplete. The other one called it complete, and when the official coming from the side indicated that the pass was caught, the other guy called off on the play. So you're looking at a situation right there where the two officials had a disagreement of opinion, and one overruled the other.
Well, the one that overruled was incorrect because he did not have control. The ball comes through his legs, and that is an incomplete pass. But it's Hawkins again on third down. Actually, it's Winters on the option, and he gets in. Touchdown, Columbiana. Well, George thought the biggest play of the drive would be Micah Fox's sack. It was indeed, but then it turns out to be an incomplete pass that was called complete. We take a look at the touchdown again. I thought Hawkins had it, but then it turned out to be Winters on a good option.
Yes, he did. A real nice fake in there, and he also faked out the entire double defense besides taking us out up here, and now he's going to line up to go for the kick to try to tie the ball game up with 6:12 to go.
Snap is good, spot down, kick up, and it is good. And that just got through between the uprights. 6:12 to go, and Coach, we have a brand new ball game. 28-28. We're going to take a timeout on the game of the week. And Coach, this has indeed been a game of the week.
Oh, boy.
Stadium, Ohio Division 6 regional final between Beallsville and Columbiana, 28-28. Beallsville and Columbiana, the Clippers, have just tied it up on a 1-yard touchdown run by their quarterback, Mike Winters, on the option. The big play in that drive at first looked like it would be a Micah Fox sack, which pushed Columbiana back to about a 4th and 13, but then Columbiana answers on a pass down to Steve Smith at about the 3-yard line, but the pass on the replay, as we can see, was incomplete, but the officials ruled it complete, and Columbiana catches a break. They cash in on it, and now the Blue Devils have to answer. Caldwell picks it up at about the 12-yard line. He's going to look to head to the corner. One-on-one right now as a whole team in pursuit gets around a man. Around the 20, dives to about the 23. We have a flag down, and it may be against the Blue Devils. And we'll have to take a look at exactly what the ruling is. It came from the referee, and indeed it is, as Mike Winters indicates. We'll take the penalty, mark it down. It is a clip against the Beallsville Blue Devils, so that doesn't help out the Blue Devils.
No, it's going to take us back now from the 24 back to inside the 12-yard line. Start this drive off with 6:02 to go, and that's one thing that we've been talking all night long, Bill, about the short field, that the offenses have had to go. Now, this is the last 2 times that Beallsville has started deep in their own territory. Last time was the first time that Columbiana held them when they were backed up deep, and here they are backed up deep again. Hope it's not an omen.
Well, 2 outstanding football teams, and Coach, we mentioned it all night long. They've been slugging it out back and forth, and so far, only 1 stop here in the 3rd quarter was made by Columbiana, and that allowed them to get an opportunity to tie it up. They got the job done. Right now, the Blue Devils have to answer. They have the guns to get it done in a hurry, as we are tied as Einhorn goes to pass, and he's up top against Wheeler. And, whoa, Wheeler goes in. Jeremy Wheeler tripped on the far side and hit the fence. He's all right, headed back to the sideline.
Looked like he tripped over the yard chain over there, didn't he?
Looked like it. Tripped over something and almost went head first into the fence.
But one thing there on that first down play, Bill, was that Columbiana come out and gave a different coverage look there to Beallsville. They have all night long, and that they had the outside corner up there in a bump position. And don't be surprised now if we see the same formation call over here, that they try to go with a little upside fade there that they love to run.
Wheeler goes in motion. 5:45 on the clock in regulation. 28-28 ball game. Einhorn the pass. Looks across the middle, and Caldwell can't hold on. It falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and long. And now it seems like the Blue Devils have gone exclusively with the pass. They haven't run the football in quite some time.
No, and this is the thing right now. If you live by the pass, you die by the pass. But now we're looking at 3rd down and 10. This is a must pickup for Beallsville right now because of the punting situation that Columbiana we were getting the ball inside the 40-yard line probably.
5:40 to go. Caldwell to the near side, Wheeler to the far side. Straight drop. Ihorn looks down the middle of the field, has Wheeler open, hauls it in at the 31, turns the corner at the 40, steps between his tacklers, across midfield and down to the 40-yard line of Columbiana. A huge play on 3rd and 10 from the 12-yard line. Beallsville answers with a huge play all the way into Columbiana territory.
Great play by Wheeler and Ihorn to pick up that first down. That is a real key in the ball game, folks, with 5:29 to go. Take a look at this.
Had a great alley to throw through, Coach, and then Wheeler makes a great move here to split the defenders.
And now it's just a foot race, and he darn near right there got between him, had to slow up a little bit, allowing number 22 to come from behind. Romeo pulled him down.
Handoff. Goddard. Nice move, and he picks up about 7 on first down. He'll bring up 2nd down and about 3. And all of a sudden, you get the big play, and then on first down, you run the ball a little bit, and it makes that defense play a little more honest.
Yes, it does. And I tell you what, right now, Coach Caldwell, you really got this defense of Columbiana back on its heels again after that exciting play there to Wheeler. With 4:50 to go. We can take some time off the clock. We'll really put the pressure on Columbiana.
2nd down and 3. Caldwell and Wheeler in a slot. Handoff. Goddard has some running room, and I think he dropped the football, still loose, but Ihorn able to fall on it in Beallsville. Dodges a big bullet there.
Wow, you talking about big bullet. Oh, that was a cannonball bullet right there. Take a look at it right here, and we see the ball's going to come rolling right back here as Eric Goddard gets popped right there about 2 yards deep, and the ball is stripped out. And what we don't see right now is the ball just on a perfect roll back into the offensive backfield for Davey Ihorn to fall on.
3rd and 7 for Beallsville, all tied up at 28 with 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Slot to the near side. Ihorn, play action, looks for his tight end, and it is knocked down by Mike Winters, the quarterback from Columbiana. It'll bring up 4th and 7 from the Columbiana 37-yard line.
Good call there by the Beallsville staff because they did not have anybody in the middle of the football field. But the outside receiver for Beallsville kind of ran a post pattern there, and he brought the guy from the deep outside coverage in to help cover that tight end because the tight end, Albrecht, was open going down the center of the football field.
3:58 to go. 4th and 7. Both sides of the stadium, both crowds on their feet. Caldwell near side, Wheeler far side. Ihorn play action, backside pressure, looks down the middle. First tight end, he's in the end zone. Avery, he's going to score. He's at the 10-5, touchdown Beallsville. Oh! Avery, the tight end, picks it up and puts him down into the end zone, and Beallsville answers, Coach, and it's 34-28 with 3:49 to go.
Oh, nice play by Davey Ihorn. He just got that ball off in time because he was being unloaded upon from the backside by number 90 coming in there, Stephen Smith for Columbiana. We'll see him coming in the picture at the last second, and right there, 2 defenders knocked each other down right now. It's just a foot race into the end zone.
And the thing, just before that play, he came over to the sideline. He had some dirt in his eye.
He wanted out of the game.
He wanted to come out because he had some dirt in his eye. And the Coach Caldwell just kept signaling back in. And maybe Coach Caldwell knew that he was going to get the ball in the next play, but I'm sure he's happy he stayed in the game. Ihorn for the extra point. Snap down, kick up, and it is good. So it's back to a 7-point advantage for the Beallsville Blue Devils, Coach. It's been an outstanding ball game.
My goodness gracious. It's going to be, like we said, coming down who's going to have this ball last. And right now, with 3:49 to go, Beallsville somehow, some way, Bill, has got to make this Columbiana team come to a halt on their offensive moves.
Well, Beallsville has added their cushion back to 7 points, 3:49 to go. And Columbiana has to answer again. Can they do it? We'll find out. George, can they do it?
I'll tell you, these guys, you got to love what they're doing here. The Beallsville Blue Devils are showing me more heart, more guts here. This is some kind of an atmosphere on this sideline. I had a conversation with Davey Ihorn before the Blue Devils got the football on that last possession. He looked at me very coolly, and I said, Davey, you got to keep your guys up in the huddle. twice on that drive on 3rd and long and 4th and long. He came through with the big play. I can't say enough about the performance of senior quarterback Davey Ihorn. 35-28 Beallsville. Strap it up, fellas. 3:49 to go.
And Dave Ihorn will do the kicking right now. 3:49 to go, as George mentioned. 35-28. Lalama and Essenwine back deep. End over end kick will be taken by Kuhlman at the 20-yard line. Out across the 25, 30, 35, 40. Still on his feet and out close to the 47. So Columbiana will have good field position again. And with their offense, Coach, they could be in the end zone in 42 seconds.
Yes, they can. That's one thing that we did not want them to do, is get good field position. We needed them to have the whole length of the field to go to tie the ball game up. But they're going to start off now on the 47-yard line and only have 53 yards to go. Coleman shows some pretty good speed there, Bill.
Sure did. 3:39, 3:38 now as the clock moves. 1st and 10 from the 47 for Columbiana. Handoff, Hawkins. He spins ahead for a couple. Will bring up 2nd down and 8.
That's a good stop for us. He's been picking up 4 or 5 yards on the 1st down crack like that. So if we can keep them down to 2 yards a crack, we'll be in real good shape. Down to 3:14 and moving.
Essenwine will line up in a slot. Coleman to the outside. Lalama is the tailback. Hawkins up close to his quarterback Winters in the backfield. Handoff, Hawkins straight ahead, and he picks up about 4 on that one. Third and about 4, Coach.
Yes, 3rd and a short 4 for Columbiana with 2:45 to go in the game.
Checking into the ball game is Brian Knight, number 30. He splits out to the far side. Coleman in a slot. Split backs in the backfield. Handoff, straight ahead. 1st down. Good
nice
second effort. Good second effort on the carry by Matt Romeo, number 22, and he has had a good game both offensively and defensively.
You've called his name a lot tonight out there on both sides of the ball, and I tell you what, he was popped to the line of scrimmage. Looked like they was going to hold him there on 3rd down, and all of a sudden he just had that second effort lunge for the 1st down.
Columbiana content to keep it on the ground. 2:25 to go. They're hoping we run it out, score, tie it up, send it into overtime, I would imagine, or they go for the 2-point conversion. Romeo stays on his feet. Great second effort as he goes through 3 or 4 Beallsville tacklers and picks up about 8 yards. Will bring up 2nd down and a long 2.
And them guys got to start wrapping better in that backfield, because you'll take a look at it right here. There's 2 guys going to... Oh, boy, right there. We had a stop point for the line of scrimmage. Right there's 2 more missed tackles, another missed tackle, and Romeo picked up the 1st down. He's a funny kind of runner because he's really... not going full tilt, Bill. He's just kind of picking and looking, and then all of a sudden he turns it on. What this is.
Hawkins took the ball from Winters. Again, I don't think Winters wanted to give it to him. It'll be close to a 1st down. They may have to measure.
Yeah, it looks like that they're letting the quarterback out there make the read by that 1st down.
He's pulling the ball back.
He's trying to get it back out of him. Yeah, no way. The Hawkins was going to let go of it.
Hawkins ended up letting go of it, and it was Winters that ended up on the carry. They're going to have to measure. 1:41 to go. If they get the 1st, it would be a 1st down at the 32-yard line. And it's going to be close.
That's that outside veer there in which the quarterback has the option. He's going to read that 1st man outside of his tackle there. And if that man is coming across the line of scrimmage, he's going to let go of the ball to the fullback, let him carry it up inside. And if that tackle's pinching down inside, he's going to pull it out and go ahead and go to the outside. But
Columbiana has all 3 timeouts left?
Yes. 3rd down in...
3rd and inches. 3rd and the width of the referee's finger.
Okay.
Hawkins, your fullback. Romeo and Winters Keats, you'll have the 1st down, and still on his feet. And he'll be stopped. The clock will stop on the 1st down yardage gain by Columbiana. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 29-yard line, Coach.
Yes, and Columbiana hurrying up, getting the play in the huddle right now. All this is just a quarterback sneak, and he darn near slipped out of that pile there and picked up more yardage, but we're down to 1:35, and now the clock's moving. Columbiana on the Beallsville 29-yard line.
Winters, option. Pitch to Romeo, and he'll be stacked up and kept in bounds at about the 29-yard line. No gain on that, so the clock will continue to move. Minute 19 to go, and Columbiana calls their first timeout of the second half. They should have 2 timeouts remaining, and it will be second down and 10 with 1:17 to go. Columbiana down 7, 35-28. The Beallsville Blue Devils and Columbiana Clippers have played one of the most entertaining games of the season.
Yes, they have. I tell you, this is a fun game to watch. You like to watch offensive football out there on the field. The thing is that Coach Caldwell now got to be out there in that huddle reminding his defensive back that they've got to respect the pass, because we've seen them just use a ground game to move the ball down from the 47-yard line down to the 29-yard line. And all of a sudden, any time, Winters could pull that ball out like he has several times tonight and cut it loose for his receiver. So the defensive back does not can't get their noses up in that line of scrimmage too quick for Bell.
Ball spotted on